Howdy ho there, neighbors. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Edie. I just wanted to give you the full effect of the look. Who do we have here? 2 live viewers, comments. Just waiting for a few people to get here so that I can change my pose. But I just wanted you to have the full effect. You see what I'm doing here? First of all, that had to have annoyed the living daylights out of her to have her hair like this. Okay. Guys, if you're just hopping on, welcome. Howdy ho there, neighbors. Welcome to my channel. You can call me Tiffany. Okay, I have to fix this hair now. Whew! It's a good wig, right? Okay, who all is here? Oh, hey, Stargazer. Hey, Melinda. Keela. Oh, we thought it was starting at, let's see. Laura Serendipity, excuse me, so sorry. Thought it was starting at 4:21. Did I mess up my thumbnail? It should have been 5 p.m. Virginia time. I'm saying Virginia time because remember Candace and her whole debacle of like the Utah time. Also, shout out to Jay Witt, but I have a bone to pick with you, Jason. He told me, maybe if I put this in my ear, I might be able to hear myself. He told me StreamYard does better if directly plugged in to the internet. Okay. So I bought a gigantic Ethernet cord that my husband has to wire. Right now it's just strewn across the entire the entire house. Excuse me, forgive me. I just got off work, so if my brain is like, yeah, that's because it is. How about Tiffany though? How about Tiffany? Anyway, Jason, I plugged it in. There's still a lag. What do I do? Is it better this time? How's the audio? Purple hearts in the chat when you can hear, if you can hear. We have a special guest today. Megan, the Eclectic Journalist, is going to be joining us. Let me send her this link. Okay. And then let me get Tiffany off the screen. She's everything, right? I follow her on like forever goal, right? Like one of the only ones in Hollywood that hasn't gone bananas. Let's see, new comments. I figured out. Oh, is Jason here? Jason. Hey, group therapy. That's crazy work. Jason, you told me that StreamYard works better if directly plugged into the internet mode or the Ethernet. Listen, I got an Ethernet cord. It still doesn't work. I mean, I guess it's working better, right? I need a drink. How is everyone? Oh, let's see. Oh, Keela, you said it depends on your browser and it gets finicky. And also, I need a better laptop. This is a laptop that my stepdad got me. God bless him. But I don't think it is equipped for like streaming. I was doing research earlier and I think I found one. It's Asus. I had an Asus before. And I believe they make the motherboards for like all things Apple, right? I read that once. I don't know if it's true. I don't want to be up here lying. But it's pricey. So I have to put money in my piggy bank to be able to afford it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's tough out here in these streets. It's tough. I mean, better than before, you know. Remember when gas went all the way up to like $5.50? I refrained from getting gas one day because I said, well, maybe it'll go down. It was $4.50. I said, I'll just wait till it goes down, right? And then an hour later, it was up to $5.20. And then I only put in like just to get me where I needed to go. You guys remember, never forget. Hey, Sheila. Hey, love my Aussies. Oh my goodness. Okay. Jason's going to call me after he streams and we'll figure out this lag. Thank you, Jason. By the way, just a little side note. Again, if you haven't heard me say it before, if you're mean to Jason, I don't like you. How about that? All right, let me fix my camera here. That's better. Okay. Jason is amazing. I don't know what I did to deserve this man's help, but I love everything about him. I love his channel. He's still my favorite channel. I love his channel more than my own. Healy, you're still under a tornado warning. Where are you? Goodness gracious. In Virginia, about, when was it? We were still in the office. I think this like 2018. And there were like 10 tornadoes in one day here, which is unheard of. But there was only one fatality. By God's grace. By God's grace. I think the guy that perished was in a warehouse that he refused to leave. It's like, get out of the warehouse. You know what I'm saying? But where are you? Oh, let's see, Texas. Ooh, Texas. And you're in Ohio. I did see on Alexa. I can't say her name. Otherwise, she will be alerted and then she'll start talking to me. It said record-breaking heat. Thunderstorms possible. Praise the Lord. That I wouldn't do well in a tornado. My husband was a storm chaser. Did you guys know that? His favorite movie is Twister. We got real excited when Twisters came out. But does anyone else feel like they were deceived by that? Remember the teaser trailer? It was just the red truck. And we were like, yes, thinking that it was going to be Helen Hunt's daughter, right? They really should. Anyway, I didn't like it. He likes it. I don't like it. How about do better, Hollywood? Let's see. I sent the link to Megan. Oh, let's see. We're built for hurricanes, not tornadoes. I'm not even built for hurricanes. Listen, I don't do severe weather. Did you guys ever see that movie Into the Storm? By the way, I'm keeping my eye out on Candy Cane's channel to see. I haven't seen any movement over there. I know she's not trying to take the day off. I know she's not. Anyway, Into the Storm. You know, that's based on a true story. And I realized that just a couple months ago because there's a documentary on Netflix about it. Now, of course, they made some changes, but it like really was based on a true story. When I saw it, you know which one I'm talking about? There have been many tornado movies, but this one, you know, the guy had the like a tank, like a tornado tank, right? That would anchor into the ground. And then in the end, it was the school bus was taken. Anyway, but true story. Okay. I don't know how people live in Tornado Alley. No, thank you. No Dorothy here. No Dorothy. I should have gotten Megan's phone number before because I'm just corresponding with her via X. I still call it Twitter sometimes. Now listen, yes, everyone, please be safe out there. Kim Wagoner, welcome. Well, you know, maybe I remember watching Oprah when I was little, not anymore, obviously. And she had the severe storm person come on. And I remember because I grew up in West Virginia, like we don't get we don't get tornadoes anyway. But I had a deep fear of tornadoes. And I would do drills by myself and I would get in the bathtub and get the cushions from the couch and practice covering myself. I mean, everyone else in the house was just like, I guess it was fend for yourself, Hunger Games status out here. Guess what I'm saying is get the couch cushions ready, right? Or do you have a bunker? Is that what it's called? A bunker? A storm cellar? Do you have those? Who am I talking to? Keela and Sheila? Well, now I'm going to be worried for you. Let's cover them in prayer. Father God, we thank you that this day belongs to you. I ask that you keep everyone watching safe from the tornadoes. And please continue to bless all of my subscribers, all of my frequent visitors. I love them so much. Father, thank you for this channel. Thank you for this day. Again, please keep everyone safe out there from the storm. And just give us strength, Lord, should Candace decide to stream tonight. Okay, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 Indiana, tornado watch. Like, what is it coming here, guys? I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm not even gonna look at it. Hey, Irene. I love that name, Irene. What is this? Hurricanes and floods in Southeast Texas. I'm never coming to Texas. Melinda says in 2020, we were hit by an F1 tornado and it took out the top of my tree off. What? That's why my husband won't let us live. Like, when we were looking for houses, I wanted like an older house because I just think they have more character, right? And it had a whole bunch of trees surrounding it, which I thought was whimsical and fantastic. And he's like, no trees, baby doll, no trees, not risking that. So we have one tree in the front yard that he threatened to cut down. But I was like, please, it just adds so much beauty, so much beauty. Oh yeah, Sheila, I have to give the puppies Benadryl often, especially at 4th of July. And their father, my puppy's father, David Lowe, if he's watching, is the culprit because he puts on a fireworks show every year. And usually on New Year's, but this past New Year's we didn't have any fireworks, thank the living God. But yeah, I have to sedate the puppies because they don't do well, especially Missy. She does not do well. Kim Wagner, I think Erica is going to sue her, yes. I think she is, oh, what does this say? She's got to have a plan, right? Because this woman has just done a number on Charlie Kirk's reputation. She is harassing the widow of Charlie Kirk. Ooh, look. Oh, I got it to show up on the screen. How did I do that? Okay, no, let me stay on track here. Let me stay on track. I believe that Erica will sue Candace. Yes, I'm on the train of she's going to wait until after the trial with Tyler Robinson. I just pray that she actually does sue her. This woman needs to be sued into oblivion. She is just a word vomit. It never stops. And she's lethal. Like, she is such a malignant narcissist. She is lethal. I mean, you say one thing, you look at her wrong. She will annihilate you. She will try to annihilate you. She wants to inflict maximum pain on everyone she's ever felt has wronged her. Please, someone try to find this for me. Scouring the internet, trying to find it. I cannot find it for the life of me, but there was an article that alleged that George and Candace made an offer to purchase Turning Point after Charlie was killed. So can we try to fact check that? Put it here. Continue researching that, because if that's true, and I believe it might have been, because Candace is so territorial of TPUSA. And remember, at first, after Charlie was killed, she was like, I thought we were going to get the band back together. She really thought in her brain that they would want to bring her back in some way, shape, or form. I'm sure in her narcissistic brain, she believed that they would appoint her head honcho. And so if they did make an offer, that would explain why Candace was so sickly sweet about Erica at the beginning. Remember, she even tried to take credit for Charlie pursuing Erica. She's like, Charlie, just go for it. Just go for it. Bite the bullet, buddy. Date the woman, propose. We got to get her name. Her name, Franz Faye, what is that? It sounds like a sneeze or something, Tried to take credit for them. Then tried to say, everybody give Erica grace. She's a good woman. She's a praying woman, blah, blah, blah. Now everything has changed, right? Ever since Erica, first, when she was appointed as CEO, Candace said, I'm happy it's Erica. I'm happy she knows everything about her husband, Obvi, as all wives would. She knows everything about her husband, and she will carry on. Then it switched. Well, they should have had an interim CEO. This woman isn't qualified. She doesn't do this. She doesn't do that. And it, bottom line, I believe that article that I will find, so help me, and then I'll post the link, that Candace and George did put up an offer asking to purchase TPU, however that would work. And when she was denied, that's when she started mapping out everything with her red strings on her corkboard. How can I destroy the organization that dropped me and refused to bring me back on? I hope Erica sues. I hope everyone that has fallen into Candace's wake sues. I think they should do one big class action lawsuit and just sue this woman into oblivion. Okay. And I think everyone who participates in the production of her show is complicit in the crimes in the candy crimes. Okay. I think they should all be held liable. Yes. Yes. Whoever's holding the camera, right? Whoever's watching behind the curtains, right? Saying, go, Candy, go. Whoever's picking out her awful sweaters. And whoever picked out those horrible white loafers. I'm not mentioning the loafers. I'm not mentioning the loafers. They should all be arrested. Straight to jail. Okay, let's see. I still don't see anything, y'all. Go to her Twitter. We just have to power through. Power through, Edie. I miss my Jackie. This is my first solo live stream without her, on my channel. She really is my favorite person. If she's watching, can we give some love to Jackie? She's my very best friend. 40 minutes ago. Okay. When is she doing this? More people have come forward regarding what specifically Erica Kirk was doing at the Next Model Management in Epstein's orbit in New York. I now hold the position, of course she does, that it's utterly immoral to defend Erica Kirk. These are questions that demand answers. This woman is certifiable. Okay, well, she's going live. Let me remove Tiffany here. Eclectic Journalist, where are you? Yeah, Melinda, no, she's supposed to be joining me. I sent her the link. Perhaps there's something going on there. Let me check my X messages because I don't have the phone number. Let me see 1 second. Sheila, what is she wearing tonight? You said she has no sense of style whatsoever. What is she wearing? Oh, heavens to Betsy. Let's see. Oh, okay. 5:30. She's got 9 minutes. We got 9 minutes. So is she done with the Erica series? Is she done with that? Because nobody cared about that? Because she just gave us nothing burgers every day? Let me see. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just working off of one screen. Let me see if Megan has responded because I sent her the link. I really appreciate everybody watching. And we're coming up together here, right? This channel. Do you like my new setup? I made these wall sconces. And the greenery, Jackie risked her life to get into the attic to get the greenery. If you want to see that video, I'll post it. If you don't want to see it, I won't. Let me know if you want to see it. Okay. She's here. Let me get her on here. By the way, she and I have never met, but I am obsessed with her channel and her skin. I saw her on Pyramid Tactic and I was like, what the Dewey is happening? I need dewy skin like that. Okay, let's bring her on. Let's see if it works. There's a lag again, Jason. Hey!
Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can. Welcome. This is Megan she is the Eclectic Journalist. Hey, Megan. To meet you.
Thank you for having
I
me
love your
on.
mood lighting.
Oh, thanks. They're just overhead lights. I think it's funny
I
that
love it.
you talk
It's
about
black and
my
white.
skin. It's just called having oily skin.
No, no, girl. No, you have really beautiful skin. It's dewy. It's dewy. We glisten.
You
Well,
should ask
tell us about
your
yourself.
audience. Is there anyone in the
Yeah.
audience we can ask about my sound? Because my microphone, it's not normally like this, but it's been so low when I go on shows. So ask them if it needs
Oh,
to go
okay.
up or down.
Everyone, can you hear? Put it in the chat. Are we hearing Megan well? I hear you perfectly, but let's ask the chat and see. Can you guys hear her well? Here, can you hear me well? I did an audio check earlier and I felt like my audio was bad, but we're working through it. They said sounds good, just a little low.
Low on my end?
If you're able to turn it up some.
Okay, what about
Yes.
now?
Is that
I'm
better, guys?
talking,
Oh,
I'm
okay. Yeah,
talking,
sound is
guys.
good.
Is
Sound
it
is fine.
okay? Wow, that's my
You're
mic was
good.
all the way up
You are good to go.
and all
So
the
is
way up
mine, but
gain.
it could be StreamYard too. It could
Yeah.
be StreamYard too. I'm giving Jason Jay Wood a hard time because I'm doing all the things to try to make StreamYard work for me, and it doesn't always work so well. But please tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel and where people can
Okay.
find you.
Okay. So I have a channel called the Eclectic Journalist. There's another channel called that with like an emoji, like a avatar of a guy that looks like a hippie. That's not me. So mine's just my logo that says
Okay.
Eclectic Journalist. Like, um, and I started working on my channel like over a year ago, but I didn't launch until January 1st, which was really dumb. So a lot of my videos that look like they were done recently are actually like a year old. I just made like 5 extremely long
That's okay.
videos that I had to break up into parts, but um I just have a lot of interest in a lot of things, just so many variety of topics, especially geopolitics. So I'm trying my best to not make it be so geopolitically, but right now it's kind of hard to do that. But um my whole theme is that I'm trying to break the propaganda narrative control that media and other, just things have on us where they can use that to control like kind of how we think about things. So I focus a lot on that. I've like
Hmm.
talked a lot about the CIA, like, and just, I just like have this weird thing where I want to be um have knowledge in at least a foot in like every topic so I can't be swindled, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's sort
Yeah,
of what I do.
I love
And
it.
they're
I love
long
your channel.
form
I've
and
been through it a lot.
I
Hmm.
just haven't been on video because I'm trying to also work out StreamYard. I guess I chat GPT'd it and chat GPT told me I needed a better internet service. So because
Awesome.
my upload isn't
Yeah.
enough with my service. So I was like, oh, great. So, and I actually did
I
record a bunch of videos on camera the other day that I'm
mhm.
editing, and I'm hoping that they are fine because I tried that once before and they were all just completely blurry. So,
Girl, we're all just out here in these streets trying to make do. And if I interrupt you, I'm so sorry. I think there's still a lag on my end. So if I speak over you, please forgive me. It's not my intention. I was going to say, Jason told me to get an Ethernet cord. So I have like a 300 foot, I got it too big. Listen, I have no sense of like measurement because I got a 300-foot Ethernet cord and it's literally from downstairs. I just have it strewn across the living room, coming up the stairs, not even wire. My husband has to wire it, but I had to get an adapter and everything, and I still have a lag. So I'm convinced it's the laptop. But we're working through it. We're working through it. At least we're bringing the news to people. You know what I'm saying? At least we're bringing the news. I don't think people will mind. I just looked, and Candace is going live at 5:30. And her mission today is to prove, well, she thinks it's immoral if anyone supports Erica Kirk. Immoral, Megan. And she wants to know why Erica had any affiliation with Next Model Management. Because, as we all know, Jeffrey Epstein and the Jews, obviously, the Jews, probably run Next Model Management. And it's Romania's Next Top Model is the title of it.
oh my, oh
Mm,
my,
yes,
oh my.
I know.
You
Mind
know,
you, go ahead.
whenever I see modeling people, I
Mhm.
never think the Jews,
Uh, but they are
They've
behind it all. They are behind. Listen, and people in the chat, look, love my Aussies. That I don't know how to make the comments go away, guys. So that one's just going to stay up here the whole time. Okay. She said had 2 thunderstorms last night. That's because of the Jews. They are controlling everything. Israel controls it. We
They
know that's
sent
what.
they sent that
Yeah,
weather there. Yep,
for sure, for sure.
guaranteed.
And the Romanian Jews, I'm sure, are the worst. Even though Candace yesterday said that her best friend is Romanian. Like, does she not realize she's making her all this talk about Romania, but baby, you are friends with the Tate brothers. Last I checked, they were Romanian, so
No, they're not, they're not Romanian.
they live in Romania, right?
Yeah,
The
but
Tate
they're
brothers.
like, yeah, they're English.
Oh,
They're
that's what I meant.
English
Like,
and
yeah, I don't know
American
if they're like
mixed, but they
okay,
moved to Romania because they thought that would be the best country to do their
okay,
scammy trafficking
right,
schemes. They were just like, oh
okay.
yeah, you could do whatever you want in Romania, which apparently didn't work out all that well for them.
Did not
But
work out well for them, but the room. Hello, if we're talking about Romania, take it up with your friends. I only know Andrew. I don't know his brother's name. Wacky do.
Tristan,
Tristan.
Tristan,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. What time is it? I only have one screen, Megan. I have it blown up. Where's my phone? I lose my phone. The ease with which I lose things is astonishing. Okay, we have 1 minute. Does everyone have something to drink before we head down the tunnel to Candyland? Does everyone have a sedative or any Aleve? Just get your supplies ready, is all I'm saying. I
Oh
haven't
man,
watched
I
this
should have
woman.
taken some ibuprofen before.
I I haven't watched this woman. Anything about her. I saw a clip of her show yesterday, but I tried to take a few days off because
Yeah.
she was actually affecting my mental health. Okay. She was affecting my mental health. Megan, I don't know
Yeah,
about you.
I went on Paramount Tactical and I managed to like upset so many people. It was it was
Why?
unbelievable.
I saw your episode on Paramount Tech. Why did you? How did you upset people?
Why
I don't
did you bring
understand.
me on to talk about Iran? Like that's probably the most, you know what I'm saying? Like the most hot topic that you could
Yeah,
talk about. But yeah, somebody said that I was woke and I'm I'm far right. Like
I don't.
I
You
don't know
know what?
how I don't know how much more right I could be. And then so somehow I managed to give off those. I was so nervous. I've never been on
Oh, I know.
camera like
Hmm.
on live before. He just
Hmm.
tells me an hour before and it's not like I'm some amazing expert on Iran, you know, like I'm just but I do have a lot of opinions, you know, so I just managed to like upset a lot of people because I don't know, they didn't like that I said that the Shah that used to be there was like a sort of brutal, like he was an considered an authoritarian, which
Uh-huh.
doesn't mean dictator. Like people need to like know definitions of things. Like the
Oh yeah, I
UK,
know.
like the EU is sort of an
Uh-huh.
authoritarian rule right now, right? Like so it doesn't mean dictator, but he had like
Hmm.
a secret police called the Savik or something that was really brutal and like they tortured people and stuff and because when
Oh
he
my
came
God.
in, he had to put down the nationalist. There were several groups that were not
Hmm.
happy with them overthrowing the dude that was there before and
Hmm.
putting that Shaw guy in. So then he had to like deal with those groups very brutally. And he like canceled all other parties. So if you look up the definition of what an authoritarian is,
Hmm.
like you could put in his name an authoritarian and like the entire search will be like all about that with articles and stuff. And they had hearings about it in the Senate or
Hmm.
Congress back in the day because it was a humanitarian deal. And
Hmm.
so so that made people really mad. Which I didn't know would because I thought we all
Right.
just knew that.
Oh,
And but not
listen,
that
I
he
don't know
was
anything about them.
not that everything was bad, right? It was
Mhm.
also being westernized. Like, he was putting a lot of money into the country, making it better in a lot of other ways. So it's not
Mhm.
like the whole thing was bad, and that I never said that it was. I just, so
But they came for
hope
you with torches because you
yeah,
said one
hope
bad thing. It's
hopefully I
like,
can redeem myself because people were not happy with me.
well, I'm happy with you. And you know what? You can't make everybody happy. Listen, somebody came for me and said, "You say or you say too much. You need not say because I guess it's really annoying." A lot of people say I'm crazy. So listen, you're going to upset people. They're not going to like everything you say, but you just keep saying what what you're saying because I think you're fabulous.
We're
So
we're
don't
not
let
we're not cupcakes. I know this other live streamer who says, "I'm not a cupcake. I can't make everyone happy."
I love cupcakes. That is such a good yes, I'm not a cupcake. I can't make everyone happy. I actually make a lot of people very unhappy, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? I think that you did a fantastic job. And Gary, oh, I hear myself.
Sorry about
Did you
that.
have to
That
pull?
was
Oh, it's okay. Um, Gary's great. He's so nice and gracious, and I'm sure he loved having you on. And if you're going to upset people, we're
I'm
sorry,
just
but just keep
making
it
sure
moving.
that the sound nobody's complaining about the sound. So,
Oh,
um but yeah,
I think
but
something.
Gary's awesome. Gary likes talking to people with all different
Hmm.
types of ideas and stuff. So, I don't think like we still talk, so I don't think he
Yeah.
was upset
No, no,
with
no, no.
me. But
And you did a fantastic job. I don't want you to think too much about that because you're fantastic. I say fantastic a lot. Hear my word. Fabulous, fantastic, epic. I say baby doll a lot. So just be warned, people. Those are my words. Okay. Shall we bring her on? Shall we start watching, Megan?
yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, let me see. Let me get off of here really quick. Oh, it's frozen again. Turn, hide current. Okay, there we go. Is the comment gone? Did I take it
Yes.
off? Okay. Okay. Let's oh, she's in that awful checkered blazer again. It's like, okay, it's fine. I'm not going to be upset about it. As long as I can't see if she's wearing the white loafers, we're fine. Have you ever seen those white loafers, Megan? You know the
Yes.
ones I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay. I'm trying to share. There's just a lag again. Forgive me. Let me know. Can you guys see?
It's not on the screen
I make
yet.
it
You
big.
have to put it on the screen.
I hit add. Oh, no, did I? Let's see. Did I not hit add? Okay, add to stage. Okay. Can we see?
Yep.
Can you see it? Okay. Let me know if you can hear it. Let me turn the sound down. Well, at least we can fast forward through her ads if we're late to the party here. No, it's quiet, so I just feel like everyone is looking at me like,
no longer bear people.
okay, can you hear it?
If Erica
I
Kirk
can
is
hear it.
Okay, good. Let's see. Stupid.
All right, you guys. Well, I can tell you that this young lady is my whole.
I'm just telling you right now, if Erica Kirk is ever on a ticket, I am not voting for Erica Kirk. I will vote for anybody else. I will vote for somebody foreign before I vote for Erica Kirk.
I'll vote for somebody's pet fish before I vote for Erica Kirk. I am done. I have seen enough. I can no longer bear people defending Erica Kirk in any way right now because we received some follow-up information regarding Erica's time in New
Of course.
York, confusing time in New York, specifically more details pertaining to what the hell Erica was doing, parked at a modeling agency that was frequented by Jeffrey Epstein. And you know what? This information feels pretty explosive. I would
Oh,
say it requires a response. We can't keep pretending that this is just some godly woman who's just being attacked by the internet. Erica's past is checkered. It's very checkered.
like your
Her
blazer.
mother, her acquaintances, everything about this girl should be sending off alarm bells, especially for the people that keep defending her. Look at the people that keep defending her. They themselves are the biggest red flag. Let's jump right back in. Welcome back to Candace.
No, won't
See
they give me a
something,
copyright
say
strike?
something. You
Stop.
open up investigations to the world because
Whatever.
it tends to be that you get a lot of information when you do that. It really is incredible. And as soon as we opened the door to the plausibility that Erica and Jeffrey Epstein
I wonder, like, what does the
may have come
upload
across each other, certainly
that you have it
plausible. They
going?
seem
If
to
you
be just
lower it,
swimming
it might
around each
skip
other,
less.
talking.
Is there a way to do
So I'm
that?
going to preface this by saying that we did not go out to Erica for comment regarding today's episode because it makes very little sense if someone
If
ignores
I
your
lower,
first
hold on,
email
wait, let me pause.
question
If I lower what?
to think that they're
Um,
going.
the somewhere in there, like maybe in the settings or maybe in your YouTube settings, you can lower the, like, it'll say like 420, 10, 1080. You know what I'm saying?
I
If
like
you
that.
lower
Yeah.
there, the quality, put it on like low.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Oh,
put it on
144.
3.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
I'm trying. It's fighting me, But while I'm discussing, first of all, to say that Erica's past is checkered, the nerve of this woman when Candace's past is so, oh my, oh my. The things that I find daily on this individual, it's astonishing that she can even utter the words, Erica's past is checkered, and demands a response or an explanation. Megan, have you any idea of what this garden tool has done in her past?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a whole
Yeah.
series on it, but I know things that she's done just because I've watched her for a long time. I actually stopped watching her over the shaming of a young woman who was groomed by men who were actually some of them in prison for it when she was very young. Candace Owens shamed this woman, blasted her name all over the place. She had no security. She's just a lady living in Florida. Got all of Andrew Tate's sycophants her name and all that stuff. And then before that, she's trashed so many people. Like Erica Kirk's not the first person she's done this to.
No.
But I would say it's the most sickest since we all watched her husband, who we loved, killed in front of all of us. And so, and then she also, like before she became a conservative, did all kinds of weird stuff too. So,
Oh my word, I know, right? I know what you're talking about. That's back when she was at the Daily Wire, and she refrained from mentioning the accused molesters. I don't even know if I don't know still what I can say and what I can't say on this
yeah,
platform.
don't say that. The
She
accused
concealed their names, but
SA,
she
yeah.
blasted the victim.
Yeah, she said, we're not going to tell you
Okay.
their names. And
Well.
she said that specifically so you wouldn't go look up the case, because she was spinning a narrative that she was a girl at the time, a young girl, made up everything against these people, just like she did Andrew Tate, when none of that was true. And I just happened to know that it wasn't true because I was in the I wasn't in it. I was just investigating it, but had spent
Mm-hmm.
time in the
Mm-hmm.
manosphere. And so I had listened to Tate go over
Oh, heavens.
podcast after podcast talking about how he traffics women, uses the lover boy method, gets them to think they're dating, gets
Mm-hmm.
them to Romania, locks them in a warehouse, beats them, and makes them long hours to work on the blank cams. And so like I knew all that was going on. Then when
Mm-hmm.
he got arrested, I looked into all of that, and there were people reporting on what happened. And the girl that was in Florida was actually the girl. She tried to escape. Like, she told her parents, like, it's not good here. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm locked in a warehouse with a bunch of other girls. And so her parents, she tried to escape one time, but her parents were like, oh my gosh. So they told a Marine friend, like a family friend who was a Marine, who called the United States Embassy in Romania, who then contacted authorities who raided his compound and caught him red handed with all these girls locked in this warehouse. So, so everything he was saying about it, like Candace was like, oh, this was 10
Mm-hmm.
years ago. They're dragging up stuff. And it's like, no, it wasn't. And so then she blasted that
Yes.
girl to make it seem like she also accused Tate of something she didn't do, because she did it to these other guys too. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't. The way that she picks and chooses what's bad and what's good. She'll pick apart a story and try to give you just like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but the fact that she tried to defend the indefensible with this Andrew Tate. I've seen those videos that you're referencing, his like tutorials on how to the lover boy method and all that. It's atrocious. The way that he speaks of women is atrocious, but she had him on and interviewed him, the softest interview questions I've ever witnessed, and just made it seem like he was some sort of victim who's just under attack because men are under attack. Remember, she was on that kick. Like, men are
the
under attack. The
Matrix,
Me
the
Too
Matrix
movement
was after him.
was a
Remember?
farce, and all the women are the girl, this fool. I don't. Okay, I'm not gonna get upset this early on. Okay, we're gonna press play. I've reduced whatever that is. I just dislike her so much. Okay, I'm gonna press play. Take your sweet time, HP book.
To think that they're going to be willing to answer a related follow-up question. Let's get back into this. Next, model management. It was co-founded by Faith Cates. We told you this yesterday, a dear friend to Jeffrey Epstein, all over the emails, 4,000 plus times. Her offices had a ton of Eastern European models that were going through it. She's actually known for having made the careers of various Eastern European models. And like I told you guys, Jeffrey Epstein was around this office a lot. He frequented the office as you would if it was your friends. All of this is a fact.
John Mappin was
Now,
also on the
another
list,
interesting
honey.
fact is that Faith Cates, she actually knew Epstein since before she co-founded Next, because she was actually the vice president of the women's division over at Wilhelmina Models first.
Oh no,
Wilhelmina Models
girl, she
was
can't even say Wilhelmina. She can't even say Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina. It's not two names, it's one. Wilhelmina. Put it on the list. Put it on the list. Another anecdote that we have about Candy. Okay, another debacle. It's Wilhelmina. Sound it out. I'm so sorry, Megan. I'm so upset about this woman. I'm gonna press play.
No one is safe, not even Wilhelmina.
No.
co-founded by Fran Rothschild. Okay, Frances Rothschild is her name. Now, why is that interesting? Because you will
Who is
recall
this old lady
Jeffrey
she's
Epstein's recently
dragging?
released
She's
email.
like
He
dragging
said
a 90-year-old lady.
that he works directly for Rothschild's family. He's spreading around their money. I will show you that email here
Show
so
us
that we
the
can
email.
confirm it. It
Oh.
is Jeffrey to Peter. He says, as you probably know, I represent the Rothschild tech. Best client list in the world, prehistoric products. It can wait. Okay, just asserting that as a fact here. All right. Now, what is also a fact is that the Rothschilds credit themselves with creating the modern state of Israel. Zionism was therefore their platitude. Zionists were also the people that were
It was the
squeezing
Jews.
Charlie Kirk
It's the
at the
Jews.
end of his life, morally blackmailing Charlie Kirk, stressing out Charlie Kirk, pulling
Girl.
money away from Charlie Kirk and the organization. Charlie himself
The
said that he
Rothschilds were
was done
stressing out
with the
Charlie
pro-Israel
Kirk.
cause. And his wife did a complete 180 like LBJ, inviting, frankly, deranged Zionists.
She mentions
into the fold
LBJ one more time.
immediately. Ben Shapiro, who was in fact an enemy to her husband. Ben Shapiro came out second. He was also allowed onto Charlie Kirk's show and appeared in person rather in his studio. Very odd. I want you to park that into your mind.
I don't want
She
to.
never came out and said anything about Josh Hammer lying when he said Charlie effectively. Charlie never blinked on Israel. She never said anything at all about what Charlie was going through. Never said, oh, that donor took money. Was so angry about that. Not once. Actually, you could argue she did the opposite. She was setting up interviews with the likes of Barry Weiss, pushing Charlie's final book, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Okay, we got it.
Okay.
Now, what is also a fact is that some of the employees that and some of the people who were associated parties with Next Models remember Erica Franzwey at the office taking meetings. Weird, because Erica Kirk, despite her very illustrious, multi-hyphenated career, she's actually never made the claim to have worked for a modeling agency. So what was she doing? That was the question we went out to her with. What were you actually doing here, parked up at this office? What is your connection here to Next Model Agency, Next
He
Model
probably
Management?
wasn't. That's all probably lies.
Yeah.
I don't
Do you know
believe any of
Faith
that.
Cates? How do you know Faith Cates, Erica?
Let me pause.
Do you know, did you see Epstein walking around?
Listen, the fact that, by the way, these people definitely have her blocked. When she says we reached out to them, like she's getting a return to sender emails over and over and over. Like these people are not going to respond to you, Candace. And I'm so sorry for the connection issues and the lag. Please just bear with me. I feel really bad about this, but I don't know how to fix it. But
Do you have everything closed
quit saying
on your
that you're reaching out to
computer?
them and they're not responding. I do.
Okay.
Listen, Meg, this is just the laptop. This is just don't you love how I paused it though? Look at that. Look at this face, guys. Look at the face of a scorned woman who's just watching her dream being acted out by a blonde-haired, blue-eyed
So
beauty.
somebody
Poor
wrote
Candy.
into her.
What were you what did you have to say, Meg?
So somebody wrote into her this information. Like none of this is actually proven, right? This is just a tip
Mhm.
line. Okay.
Right. It's a tip box. Her tip box. Mhm. Yeah, it's explosive. Explosive tip box. Okay. Gonna get myself together and press play. Play.
Fair questions? Well, what we can now confirm, and these are eyewitness accounts specifically, that they recall Erica because she was taking meetings at the office, and those offices were pertaining to real estate. Real estate for the models that were coming from Eastern Europe,
Oh my.
who were being packed like sardines into apartment buildings. Now, on background, familiar with the modeling industry, because I am not, the sources confirm
Clearly.
that what is typical in the modeling world was for
Clearly.
agencies to find places for girls to stay while they were in New York. They tell to New York City, they pack them in like cattle into one apartment. End
Yes.
quote.
That's what they do.
Which makes Erica's role curious because multiple people remember and they say that Erica Franzwey was the contact. Specifically, what they recall is she was the contact to a white building on the Upper East Side
Oh, wait.
around 68th Street and 2nd and 3rd Avenue. It's pretty specific. Yeah, that she was the contact. Now, why? What?
What?
Erica's the contact. These
Oh,
girls
no.
coming. Erica's got these people in, and we've all trying to figure out what she's doing in real estate. But yeah, that is the memory of the people who were working with and
That's
around
the
Next
memory,
Model
Megan.
Candidates,
The memory.
real estate contact. And they said, we don't really know why. They don't know why, and I don't know how. Because the issue that I'm having here is that Erica did not actually have her real estate license yet. Remember, real estate licenses are a matter of public record. So how could it be that Erica was working with one of the top modeling agencies in New York City, full stop, regarding what would you describe it as real estate deals? Allegedly, was she maybe she was the property manager? Well, I have another clue.
Oh, another
Actually,
clue.
a fact. Erica told people specifically during that time that she was doing real estate deals with her family. Keyword here, family. But which family? Who's the family? We can, I think, reasonably assume that she's not referring to her family back in Scottsdale. Lori doesn't do real estate. She's a tech genius, remember? A sustainability tech genius, sustainability. It's much more likely that she's in New York and she's saying this, that she's referring to the Rothstein family. Now, you will remember Erica at this time was living with Nicole Rothstein, and it is a fact that
here
Nicole
it is.
Rothstein did work in real estate, not at the Corcoran Group, but she has a long career in real estate, and she currently runs her own real estate company. And her father, Alan Rothstein, Erica is extremely close with him. She calls him uncle. He was the chairman, might still be the chairman of Wynn Haven Real Estate. And yeah, like I said, this is what she wrote about him in on Instagram in 2017.
She's really stuck on
This
this.
post reads, there's something powerful about God's strategic planning when it comes to the people that he has surrounded you. How blessed am I to have individuals like you, Uncle Alan, in my life that are filled with spirit. Constantly seeing life in bloom, I have watched you face adversity and triumph, and in doing so, pass a gift of courage and a message of understanding to those around you that if you live boldly and fearlessly, the impossible is possible. I love you. Hey, she loves her Uncle Alan. Now, I bring this up because I'm just asserting that it is very plausible.
How
that
dare
these were the
she love
people
her
who
uncle?
introduced Erica to the world of real estate. I will also add here that I haven't gone
How-
down the Rothstein rabbit hole, but I
tell
do
you.
know that
The-
Rothstein's in New York, if
Was
they
it-
are at all.
To love your uncle. By the way, I have like my husband, his bestie, his children call my husband Uncle David. It's not far-fetched to do that when you're really close with someone, your family, and your kids are going to refer to them as auntie, uncle, whatever. It's this woman is just grasping at straws. She has nothing. You see, how far into this are we? And we've gotten nothing. We've gotten the history of the model house. We've gotten the history of the model house.
I know. It's so crazy. Nothing is proved.
She's
Like,
giving
we don't
us
know if
nothing.
the thing she said about Erica, where she said she was working with her family, we don't know if that's true. I don't believe anything this woman says. I haven't seen Erica say that.
Oh, nothing.
So,
I'm right there with you. No, we believe nothing that comes out of this fool's mouth. She hasn't fact checked anything. She's debunked constantly, and she just overlooks the debunkment of it all. Okay, well, let's see. Let's press play. Take a deep breath.
Related to Alan, to the Rothstein that was involved with fixing the White Sox game. That's a Rothschild. That's a Rothschild family member. His mother was a Rothschild.
Oh,
Again, I don't know if that is true, but it sure would be interesting to find that out. Very clearly want to say I'm not asserting that these two did anything wrong,
Okay.
Alan or Nicole. I'm just trying to put the pieces together to establish how Erica, who was herself at this time trying to be booked onto reality TV shows for fashion or really
girl,
anything
you in
I'm wondering how she pipivoted so seamlessly
This
into the
this
genre of real estate.
lunatic was
How was she
trying to
able
get
to
signed by
climb the
someone.
ranks so speedily, so high?
Oh, speedily.
And by the way, we should read her real estate bio because it really is something
Let's read it.
to read Erica's real estate bio so you understand she was a power player, okay? It reads, and I'm sorry, it's a little bit small for me. Erica Franzfey is a multi-dimensional entrepreneur. She keeps writing that, and I don't really know what that means. Like, is she in 2D? Is she in 4D? Is this like a Tesseract again? Anyway, Erica Franzfey is a multi-dimensional entrepreneur with a bold and steadfast faith that has sustained sustainability, her borderless heart. She has lived all over the world, from Los Angeles to China, working in the entertainment industry as an agency represented model, actress, and casting director. She does it all. Several years ago, after her heart was captured by the contagious inspiration of America's most transnational city, she bought a one-way ticket to New York City and made it home. Erica is known throughout her community and deep network base as an influential and positive voice. Her experience working on the developer side of the New York City real estate industry is a tremendous asset to her role as an agent. With a work ethic that is unmatched and a zealous disposition to make a difference, her main focus is the
Oh my word.
fiduciary relationship. I'm sorry, excuse me? Is she in finance now? With her clients? Is she managing their money? I don't know. While placing their real estate needs as her top priority. Who are these clients?
Who are
Her
they, Candy?
focus, she says,
Who are
is
they?
fiduciary. It's interesting. We go on. Erica is also the founder and CEO of Everyday Heroes Like You, a 501c3 charitable organization that assists other nonprofits globally. The organization celebrates
I can't
their
believe I
12th
ever liked
year
this
and their
woman.
long-standing partnership with the United States Marine Corps by expanding into China and Costa Rica, while continuing their community outreach programs in the United States and Constanta, Romania.
Oh,
Erica's
really?
perseverant spirit has been the driving force behind her eclectic background.
Oh,
From
girl.
being a former NCAA women's basketball athlete to Miss Arizona USA 2012, she knows what it takes to set a goal and fearlessly pursue it.
Mm.
Erica graduated magna cum laude. We have not been able to confirm that. That seems to be made up, but so does the rest of this bio appear to be made up. So we'll just keep going with a double major in political science and international relations. That also appears to be made up because international relations was not offered at
Nobody believes you, baby.
from
Just
Arizona
move it.
State University and is currently pursuing a
No,
No,
Juris
that was
Master degree
so
at
what they
Liberty
figured out about
University.
that
What? It's a
was
mouthful.
Let me pause. Hold on.
that it's
I just-
called it's an interchangeable thing. So like international relations and like political something relations are interchangeable words.
Mhm.
So they did
Oh.
offer it, they just used the other word. And then on her,
But she's not going to tell us that.
yeah, on Erica's resume, she used the other word for it. So there's like two interchangeable words. And so that's what people figured out.
Okay. But she's not going to tell us that. It's probably an easy find, But she just wants to make it seem like Erica's a liar. When I don't know, in your research, Megan, have you been able to confirm that Candace does have the degrees she alleges to have?
I haven't looked into that. Like,
Mm.
I haven't looked into that part of it. I know that
Yeah,
there
I'm
was
sure you'll
somebody
find
saying
she
that
doesn't have
they,
those degrees.
yeah,
She
somebody
has.
was saying,
Mm.
somebody was saying that all it says on her thing is was pursuing a degree for 2022 or something. It never says that it was finished or whatever. So I'm not really for sure exactly what.
Oh my gosh. Well, we'll find out. Oh my gosh, we'll find out. This bitter woman. Okay. I'm pressing play. Everybody.
And maybe I'm thinking out loud here.
Oh,
But
heavens.
how exactly do impoverished girls from Eastern Europe, young impoverished girls from Eastern Europe, afford apartments in one of the most expensive cities in the world?
Who said they were
Are they
impoverished?
making money as young models from Eastern Europe? Why is Erica
She's just
the point
assuming.
person
She's
on that?
she
Allegedly,
stereotypes
that with her
everyone.
directly. Say so. Like to hear Erica's feedback on that.
She's not going to give you feedback, honey, because
What's she
she's
doing?
busy at the White House.
Who are these clients, these real estate clients that she's helping with their finances?
Really.
Also, as an aside, why am I unable to confirm Erica's New York real estate license? I am indeed able to find a relic of it on a third-party site, but I'm not able to independently verify it on New York State Division of Licenses website now. The New York State, as from what I'm seeing at first glance, is supposed to hold this information for at least 6 years, but I can't find a shred of proof regarding which real estate deals Erica
The
completed.
Jews erased it.
Right, so maybe you guys can help because we're coming up to the 6-year deadline. That should be October of this year. Here is her real estate license, the relic of it that I found. License number 104-013-22765. Okay, it was issued to Erica. They are active for 2 years, so we can discern that it was issued October 24th of 2018, and it was valid at least until 2020.
20.
Anything, real estate people in New York, let me know what you can
20.
find if you can confirm Erica's real estate license and what she sold. Because that bio sounds legit. She's managing some serious clients there, helping to manage their money, okay, in real estate deals. I'm very interested in that. Now, if you see something, if you know something, maybe you were featured in one of these dimensions with Erica. You went 2D, 4D. I'm in 3D. But maybe you went somewhere else and you saw her, please, we'd like to hear from you. More tips at Candace Owens.
Club Candace? Club Candace.
Like I said, this is very obviously something Erica should answer for. You want to be the queen bee? You want to be a public figure? You want people floating your name as for president of the United States? Well,
I don't think
let's
Erica
get to a
wants
little
to
bit
be
of
president
background.
of the United States.
Who are you? What were you doing? And the answer should be very clear and very concise because I struggle. Gotta be honest, I struggle
To
to
speak.
believe that Erica was, in fact, while in New York,
Oh.
doing real estate deals, responsibilities, while helping Turning Point USA, filming a reality TV show, also in school full time to get her Juris Master's, followed by her law degree at Liberty, while also studying the mandatory 77 hours to achieve her real estate license, while also running an international charity in partnership with the U.S. Marines halfway around the world and in China, while also running a faith-based clothing company, plus, giving advice to Turning Point.
This woman should be
Doing
president.
all of that.
She's able
at
to do
the
all that?
same time. That's a struggle for me. I can't get
Oh.
there. I don't think not being born yesterday. So hard not being born yesterday.
Oh.
Also,
Candace
if we're asking questions, how is that Erica is always so tied
know.
to Eastern
She
Europe?
is so
She's just like kind of floating around. Just this girl from Ohio. How does she get linked to Romania and the United States Marines? And today, I should be clear, she presents it as though she was just sending gifts. That's kind of the new thing. Oh, I was just, helping to send Christmas gifts to kids in need in an orphanage. That was it. Organizing gifts being sent, which of course, again, in the common sense, that would not require the support of the United States Marines.
Okay. Give me 5 or 2. Oh my word.
So
Go ahead,
Erica
girl.
doesn't frame it as anything because she's not talking about any of this stuff. Okay, so Erica's not the one framing anything. It's other people, like people who were involved in that. What was her name? Tracy Martin. She's like, it was where, the thing where they give gifts like for Christmas and stuff like that. That's what it was. And then Gary said the other night that the military often does get involved with charities, and Lisa knows. She said that when you are Miss Arizona and you've won the crown or whatever, you have to do like philanthropic things as part of that whole thing. So that's why she set up these charities. She had the charity, I think, before she
You have
went
to have a
New
cause, or
York.
I don't know what. Mhm.
Yeah, and so she set up the charity
Mhm.
for the kids, and then Gary said, like, a lot of time he's like, all kinds of charities are partnered with the military too for
Mhm.
logistics and all kinds of reasons that you would want, and so then we have a lady
Mhm.
that knew about the thing, and she was like, yeah, we all of our churches were wrapping presents to send to the kids in the other countries or whatever. I don't think it was just only
It's
Romania, but
mhm. But that's what she's gonna focus on. She's just gonna focus on that, and it's hard for her to conceive of how anyone would be so generous because she herself doesn't know what it's like to be generous. She's I I don't know that she's ever done anything selfless in her life. Remember on her Decree 180 blog that she did an entire article on why it's better to be selfish. Like selfish people have better relationships. They're more successful. They have better this and that because you need to be selfish. Being selfish, selfish. Being selfless is a detriment to you. That is she's already told us who she is. So she wants to pick apart Erica and make it seem like something perverse that Erica would have it in her to be kind and compassionate and want to lend a hand to those less fortunate. That Candace can't conceive of that. It doesn't make sense to her because it's not something she's capable of doing because she's so focused on herself. She's such a narcissist. Let me read some of
yeah.
these comments. Let's see. Kana Michelle, Candace is looking green around the gills. Jealous rage. I know, right? Like, tell me you're jealous without telling me you're jealous. Do you notice her facial expressions? Like, it's as though her demons are manifesting when she has to talk about Erica. What she does with her mouth. She's so um, enraged by Erica's success and the fact that people are like looking at her with love. Do you notice that, Megan?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can feel just the evil when you listen to her. It's sort of hard
Mm-hmm.
to do it now because it's so skippy, but whenever it's not, like, you can feel like just this really gross feeling in your
Mm-hmm.
stomach when you watch
Mm-hmm.
her. You're like, oh,
Yeah, it's
it's
like
really
a
bad.
needle, and I'm sorry, it's so skippy. I know I keep apologizing, but I do feel bad about it. It's like a needle on my eardrum to hear her speak. And I said earlier, I can't believe I ever even liked her. I mean, I used to be a Candy. I used to watch her every day on the Daily Wire. I thought she was fantastic, beautiful, smart, funny. And now I'm like, Edie, what was wrong with your brain? Like, because this woman is pure evil, but she's
Oops.
always been that way. Like, she hasn't changed. She was just she was acting, for the grift, for the money of it all.
Yeah, she chilled out there for a little while when she got on like PragerU and then the Daily Wire. Like in the very beginning, she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't nearly as bad, but then she
Mm-hmm.
started going downhill and then they like got rid of her. But
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let me go back here and add her to the stage. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me apologize, but I do feel really bad that it's so skimpy. I'm working to get better equipment, but I
I think it
appreciate
got
those
better when we
all of you
lowered
for
it.
sticking with me. Should I lower it more? Because I have it at 360.
Yeah, you could
It
lower it
won't hurt to
more.
try. Let me do it. I think I will. What kind of computer do you have?
So,
Fancy?
um, yeah,
Fancy
actually
schmancy?
the community the other online community I was a part of, um, they bought like one of the people on there bought me a computer, but they said that I could, buy whatever I wanted,
Oh,
and
God
but I
bless
could spend
them.
like 12 yeah, I could spend like $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
So I contacted my long lost brother that I just met like not too long ago, and because he told me he built computers, and so he was like, oh, for 1,200 bucks I can build you a sweet computer. And I told him I wanted to do eventually content and stuff like that, And so for that much money, he built me this
Uh-huh.
computer that's amazing. So, yeah.
Okay, I love how you just skipped over like we're gonna need that story, Megan. Like your long lost brother, we're gonna need that story.
Well,
Perhaps
it's
one
not
day
that
we can just
exciting. It's just that I didn't know my dad. And so then later in my life, like before I
uh-huh.
moved here to where I am now, so just like 5 years ago, I guess, my sister on my dad's side, that I didn't know any of these people, contacted
Mhm.
my mom through Facebook, who then contacted me. And then my sister got me in touch with my dad. And then we had like a phone relationship where we talked every day. And then before I was moving across
Mhm.
the country and I was going to stop and see him where he lives or where he lived, but then he just died. So I never got to meet him in person, but I have one sister and several brothers, like five, I think, or so. And so,
Mhm. What a blessing. I'm so
and one
happy
of
that
them,
that's a fantastic that's like a lifetime movie.
yeah, and one of them like builds computers for one of his jobs. So,
Ugh, man, you've got all the long lost connections. Well, that's what a fantastic story. That does sound like a lifetime movie that I would be watching. I would happily watch that. Um, I I will figure out how to maybe I could DIY my own computer. I don't know. I'm sure I could figure it out. Okay, let's jump back into the shark infested waters here. Heavens to
Now, today, team,
today.
phone up someone in Romania and ask them for an address, and you can send gifts, right? It's expensive to ship. You could probably ground ship that. I don't, know.
Oh, shut up, Candace.
Her involvement was much more. How do I know? For the scandal broke and accusations of child trafficking onto the military base, Erica used to claim that she was a bit more involved, a lot more involved. I'll let you take a listen to Erica in her own words during her audition tape for the American race with her ex-boyfriend. Here's what she says about
Oh
Romanian
my
Angels.
word.
Take
I
a
want
listen.
to interview her ex-boyfriends.
We just have a borderless heart to help people and to give back. And, I have been to Romania and teamed up with the Marine Corps to open up and sustain an orphanage with 75 beautiful children. And that's called Romanian Angels through my nonprofit, Everyday Heroes Like You.
But she stopped it there.
She opened up in partnership with the Marines. She opened up and she sustained an
Yes.
orphanage. So I would like to know more about that. I do. I now need to know more about that. I do think that the TikTokers were not so crazy, instantly going down that rabbit hole and asking for more
The
information.
TikTokers,
And
Megan.
I feel even more compelled to get information about that because according to one of the former children, now an adult, the former child, now an adult, who was adopted out of Antonio's placement center, that is notably a corrupt orphanage. Okay. This is, and she's referring to Antonio's placement center. Just to make it clear for you guys, Everyday Heroes is her 501c3,
Oh,
and then they do various projects. This was called the Romanian Angels Project, and they did this. The Romanian Angels, so to speak, were living at
well, the Everyday Heroes thing was a thing that could
Romania,
support
which may be
other
relevant to your
charities.
reporting on Erica Kirk and the
So,
Romanian Angels
mm,
Project. While independent fact checkers have found
hold
no
on.
evidence linking Ms. Kirk's work to illicit
If I
activities,
hear her read one more email or text, I might kill myself. Continue. What were you saying, Meg?
I was just saying that the Everyday Heroes charity that she had was oh, that was my dog. Was it was to support other charities. So it was like other charities could. Oh my gosh, the dog. Hold on a second.
I love dogs. What kind of dog do you have? I hear music, Megan. Are you having a party?
turned
By the way,
on a
I went to
baby
reach for
toy
some oil.
on the bed.
Oh my.
Did you hear it? It
What
was
kind of dog do
it
you
was
have though, Meg?
I
I did.
have
Yeah,
a
I was dancing.
I have a Boston Terrier.
Oh. They have pointy
He's a
ears,
really
yes?
big.
They
No,
kind of look
he
like
doesn't.
Frenchies.
Yeah, he doesn't have that.
Oh. Am I thinking of the right
Yeah,
dogs though?
you are.
Oh.
It's just his aren't
Boston
cropped.
Terriers.
So,
Okay.
but
Oh, what's his name? We like dogs in this house.
Boston. His name is Boston.
I didn't hear you. 'Cause
Oh,
he's a
it's
Boston.
his name is
Cute,
Boston.
cute,
Yeah.
cute.
So, but
No,
he's a pain in the
I'm
butt.
so
Like
sorry for the delay.
yeah, it's okay. He
Okay.
attacks people and
Yeah.
other dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. My dogs
I
don't
had
attack.
I
Well,
had a-
they charge at other dogs, but they wouldn't do anything. They just bark. So I have 3 Shih Tzus, a cocker. Go ahead.
I had a pit bull
You
that
take
was
this
really
stupid
old
thing off.
that
I don't know that this is going to work anymore. Let me remove it from the stage real quick. 1 second. 1 second. 1 moment, team. I wonder if I stream directly through YouTube, would it be better? Have you tried that?
I've never streamed before. We could try streaming on mine
Oh,
if it's the computer. I don't know.
yeah, let's try. We can definitely try doing that. But finish what you were saying about your puppy first. I just took Candace off the stage.
Oh,
I
I
don't
had
know.
an
I don't
a
know.
pit bull that I had for 14 years, and which is he lived a lot of life with me, but I had to put him down not too long ago. And then my daughter went to visit her
Oh,
father for Christmas, and she brought a puppy home. So now I have a puppy.
what kind of puppy?
It's like a mix. It's supposed to have been a pit bull, but it's not. And she says it has lab in it, but it doesn't act like a lab to me at all. And its snout is really long and skinny, sort of. And so to me, he looks like a hunting dog, like a pit bull hunting dog mix or something. So
Oh,
yeah.
hold on. I'm having such bad connection issues, guys. I don't want to make like it's actually upsetting me a bit. So when I stop sharing, now things are moving faster. So I guess I just won't be able to live stream the rest of Candy
Oh,
till I figure out
I
a
wondered,
better
can you,
laptop setup.
what if you got a podcast of her speaking? Because then we could just hear her and not have to play the video.
I could probably do that. I mean, I don't. Does she have is it her podcast live? I know she has one. It's the podcast, but what is it streaming through? I might have to do that like the next day because usually I don't live stream. I do pre-recorded videos and then I just post them. And I don't have nearly as much trouble, but I was trying to live stream Candyland for the rest of the week. Everything is frozen. I'm just going to exit out. Hold on 1 second. Friends, I love you so for sticking with me, but I don't think I'll be able to continue live streaming with Candy. It's just too choppy. It's not, as Candace would say, there's not good synergy. Did you hear her say that yesterday, Megan? About
Yeah.
accidents. Okay, so there's not good synergy. We can just wrap up talking about her, and then if you want to try to stream, we can do it that way. But it's giving me anxiety to watch her so choppy. I'm like, spit it out, but she can't. Well, I love puppies. You said it looks like a hunting dog. You know what movie is really irresponsible that whenever I hear hunting dogs, I think of it is Fox and the Hound. Did you ever watch Fox and
Oh
the Hound?
my gosh. That movie's so sad, and it was my sister's favorite movie when she was little. She's younger than me, and she wanted to watch it every day, and it made me cry, and it was so sad. So eventually I just broke it into a million pieces, and then she like was really mad at
Good for
me.
you. Good for you. I'm sorry. Why am I judging your sister? Because I think I've only seen it twice in my lifetime. I won't watch it. I won't watch it. When the old lady takes Copper to the forest, you might as well just put me out of my
No,
misery.
the
'Cause
the
that
fox's name was Todd.
Todd, oh, Copper
Copper was
was.
the dog.
That always struck me as funny because Todd was the color of copper, right? Foxes, they're like a copper color. Anyway, that's always what confused me. But I always think of that movie when I hear hunting dogs. Does he have floppy ears, your puppy?
Yeah,
Oh my word, do you
yeah.
have him with you? Can you show him? Can you show us your puppy?
No, he's with my daughter because she's home from school. I have him with me like all day while she's gone.
Darn.
Yeah, the Boston Terrier tries to attack him constantly, so I have to keep like a mask on the Boston Terrier while he's
No,
out.
really?
Yeah.
Oh my word. What's wrong with Boston? I don't know. But as I was so I have 3 Shih Tzus, a Cocker, a Maltese, and a Yorkie, if you didn't hear me say that before. None of them would hurt anyone, but they won't shut up with the barking, and they'll charge at dogs. And then it's just a big to do. I have to chase after them. They're just an embarrassment to me. Missy, though, it's like her, she's the one of my Shih Tzus, but she's like really in touch with her. Like wolf roots, right? She knows how to play dead. If there's any danger, she will just fall over. She will literally fall over. One time we were at the vet. It was the last appointment of the day. So there was only one other person there. And he also had a Shih Tzu that was blind. And I was checking out, paying for Missy's services. And the blind Shih Tzu passed and Missy fell over. And this at the same time, the blind Shih Tzu fell over as well. And his owner was like, "Get up, Skeeter. We're not doing this again." The dog's name was Skeeter, and he had to drag him out because he refused to stand up because he sensed that Missy was dangerous. And Missy just stayed down. It's I I can't make this up. Anyway.
Oh, I
Okay.
have an idea.
What?
Do you want to see if I could play the audio, like just play her video on my phone and see if people can hear it?
Yeah,
Okay, let's see.
try it.
Um
Or if you can try sharing your screen here as well if you wanted to pull up her video.
Oh, that's a good
Mhm.
idea. I wonder if that would work. Share screen. Okay, hold on.
I wonder why they chose a duck as the icon for StreamYard. That doesn't make any sense. Stream, duck, goose. Do geese go to streams? While we're trying to do that, has anything embarrassing happened to anyone in the comments? You want to put a comment here? We love embarrassing stories on this channel. Melinda Ann says, my daughter brought home a parrot. A parrot? I have 3. Where'd she find the parrot, Melinda? Did she buy it or did she where would you get a parrot? Anyway. I have 3 cats and an a-hole of a Jack Beagle that eats birds. Well, let's put the parrot in hiding if the beagle eats birds. Yes, cats in the cradle, 89. She's acting as if she runs a legal police investigation tip line. I know. I
Okay,
know.
see
I
if you
love
can add it to the screen.
you have to add it. Do you see where it says invite representative?
I have it pulled up, but I don't see an add to screen.
Let me see.
Do you see it down in the bottom?
No. What is this? Hold on one second. Or maybe that is it. Hold on. Add to stage.
Anything, real estate people in New York, let me know what you can find if you can confirm Erica's real estate license and what she sold. Because that bio sounds legit. She's managing some serious clients there, helping to manage their money, okay, in real estate deals. I'm very interested in that. Now, if you see something, if you know something, maybe you were featured in one of these dimensions with Erica. You went 2D, 4D. I'm in 3D. But maybe you went somewhere else
Maybe
and saw her.
Erica's an alien,
Please.
and then she's
we'd
a
like
No,
to
she's a
five-dimensional-
robot.
more tips
Remember?
at CandaceOwens.com.
She's a robot.
Like
She
I
was
said, this
created.
is very obviously something Erica should answer for. You want to be the queen bee. You want to be a public figure. You want people floating your name as for president of the United States. Well, let's get to a little bit of background. Who are you? What were you doing? And the answer should be very clear and very concise, because I struggle. Got to be honest. I struggle to believe that Erica was in fact, while in New York, doing real estate deals with fiduciary responsibilities while helping
I
Turning
should
Point
fast forward
USA, filming
Yeah.
a reality TV show, an orphanage. So I would like to know more about that. I do. I now need to know more about that. I do think that the TikTokers were not so crazy,
Oh, heavens.
instantly going down that rabbit hole and asking for more information. And I feel even more compelled to get information about that, because according to one of the former children, now an adult, the former child, now an adult, who was adopted out of Antonio's placement center, that is notably a corrupt orphanage. Okay.
How do we know any of that? Like, what
We don't.
child? What child came forward and said any of this stuff? The Romania thing is so. I
Mhm.
tried to look into this once, and it was so confusing. There was nothing. I could find nothing about anything anyone was saying. So it was like,
Mhm.
I have to look into it again though for my series. And I tried to find anybody. I'm like, hey, does anybody know who has debunked this whole thing?
Mhm. It's
Maybe
just
more
like,
people will now that she brought it up again, and I'll be able to find somebody that.
oh, she's gonna be wrecked when people start debunking her. It's just like, remember Artie? He when she said that the facility right across from TPUSA was like the number one hub for trafficking, and Artie was like, "This is literally a mall." It had one incident of somebody there, like he was arrested because they scheduled a meetup, like for a minor or something. So this is what she does.
Yeah.
She turned one incident into it's the trafficking hub of Arizona, and now this orphan, whatever she mentioned, is extremely problematic, all because of a tip she got at her Gmail account, or Candace, whatever. Anyway, love the way you paused it, girl.
This is, and she's referring to Antonio's Placement Center. Just to make it clear for you guys, Everyday Heroes is her 501c3, and then they do various projects. This was called the Romanian Angels Project, and they did this. The Romanian Angels, so to speak, were living at Antonio's Placement Center in Constanta, Romania, where our base was. And I'm going to read you this email from someone who was placed from the Antonio Placement Center. It reads, "Dear Candace, I am writing to share personal historical context regarding the Antonio Placement Center in Constanta, Romania, which may be relevant to your reporting on Erica Kirk and the Romanian Angels Project. While independent fact checkers have found no evidence linking Ms. Kirk's work to illicit activities, I believe the history of the Antonio Placement Center warrants further investigation. I was personally placed in this center under dubious circumstances involving misdiagnosis and institutional pressure before being adopted internationally. This center in particular, are notorious for corruption and illicit activities, such as trafficking children, which is why I was shocked that out of all of the placement centers in Romania, this was a center that she chose to partner with. It is noteworthy that Ms. Kirk's promotional materials from approximately 2012 to 2014 specifically referenced the Antonio Placement Center as a partner for her international efforts. This intersection is significant because the institution has been part of a broader system criticized for lack of transparency and the documented practice of placing children in care based on catastrophic language rather than medical or social necessity. In my own case, I was labeled with severe impairments that were not supported by my developmental records. Given how much history there is about Romanian institutional practices, adoption controversies, and the experience of people who grew up in these centers, it seems important to look beyond the social media claims and consider the history and operations of Antonio Placement Center itself. Best regards, Larissa. Well, I hear that call, and I would like to hear from some more people who were adopted from the Antonio Placement Center in Constanta. Also, if you live in Romania, you have access to documents. I would like to know, I would like to separate fact from fiction, or Erica from Erica. Did they start and open the Antonio Placement Center? Does that mean they took over the Antonio Placement Center? Was the U.S. Marines operating it? Or were they just pretending to give gifts? I want to know as much as there is to know because I have the ick. And speaking of the ick, we should talk about Tyler Boyer, Erica's friend, or dear friend, who introduced her to her husband, but for the life of her, she cannot remember how they met. It's a difficult one, tricky one, very tricky
You
one.
can't even remember who was at the dinner where you met your husband. Remember that, Megan? She was like, Mappin wasn't there, but then she had to correct herself. Oh, wait, actually, he
now
was there.
Arizona.
You don't even know. Idiot. Sorry.
Okay, hold on.
You remember that?
I'm gonna play it because my kid's at the door. 1 second.
Is becoming further embedded with Romania. They are the first and the only state to open a trade office in Romania.
No.
This was announced. Let's check out this headline. I promise you,
No.
Arizona to be the first U.S. state to open a trade office in Romania.
And
that sure is something. The Romania to Arizona pipeline sure feels like something. So I would like to say, in closing, that we should pay attention to this. We're starting to see how this world works, and this is weird.
This is weird. To pay attention to the bees, to the maroon
in conversations,
to the tunnels.
It's odd. This should be
odd.
Screaming
All of it's
at you
odd.
as it is screaming at me.
How many puzzles do we have?
Turning Point headquarters, a location picked by Tyler Boyer. Charlie Kirk didn't even open the organization. So it started in Chicago. He says, this is going to be great. They choose a spot for their campus that is a trafficking hotbed, factually. Erica's strange attachment to Tyler Boyer, but lack of a memory regarding Tyler Boyer. Superfeed Incorporated, where Erica's mother is serving as a board member with Tyler Boyer. And Superfeed, by the way, read the fine print on Turning Point USA's app. Superfeed owns the copyright, which means that's where your data is going.
Oh my word, she has like a word quota that she has to meet. Pretty interesting there.
Turning Point allegedly getting into real estate. Tyler Boyer being at the forefront of that, according to the tips that we've received. That a little bit of ick, right? Charlie establishing a Doge 7 days before he died. BB's phone call in the Hamptons. Donald Trump, pageantry world, the Epstein files. What Epstein files? Are we still talking about the Epstein files? Trump trying to make fetch happen with Erica Kirk. Photos. We're supposed to just view her as some sort of a leader. As if she was promised it for some reason. Like she was guaranteed the keys to Charlie's empire. Why? All of this stinks to high heaven. You know it. I know it. Any rational people in the world know it. And we're not going to let up. We'll be back after a break.
Oh,
all right,
golly.
You guys, Nimi Skincare is the only skincare brand that I've actually stayed
Don't buy
consistent
Nimi
with. A lot of
Skincare.
people
I don't
are
trust
starting to
them.
look for more natural skincare
And
options,
her hands are
especially
dry.
ingredients like tallow, but not all tallow products are the
All
same.
you
Some
need
can
for
feel
good
heavy,
skincare is
greasy, or
in
they
your
just kind of sit
kitchen.
on your skin without actually helping it.
Hello.
What makes Nimi's Sunshine Tallow Cream
My
and their
granny had the
Buzzin' Tallow
best
Balm
skin,
different
Jergens. I'm
is
just
that
going to keep
their
talking
tallow
until
closely mirrors
Megan
your
gets
skin's
back
natural
here.
lipids. That means that it
I
absorbs more
guess I can
effectively and
remove it,
actually
huh?
supports your skin barrier instead of just coating your skin. Nimi
Let's
pairs
see.
their
How do I do
ancestral
that?
ingredient with clean,
I don't
modern
like you,
formulation
Candace.
standards and purposeful
You're an
botanicals that your
idiot.
skin feels nourished, protected, and comfortable.
Heavens to Betsy. Oh, praise the living God. I thought we were going to have to suffer through that. Megan has left us. You left normal. Sorry, Megan, I had to remove her because she's on an ad and I just can't listen to her talk about Nimi skincare, which, by the way, can't be that good because Candace's hands are severely dry. Severely dry. Did you hear anything I said, Meg? Guys, is this real?
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
So let me skip
I had
through
to
her
take her off.
ad.
Oh, okay. Once you do that, I'll add her back to the stage.
Okay.
Oh, what did Kate and Michelle says? Not smearing lard on my face. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, adding.
Grieving Charlie Kirk. Fetch.com/Candace.
And don't sign up for
All
that
right,
service.
Fetch ain't fetching, Gretch. Just not fetching. I'm sorry, Trump.
She's so
Fetch.
embarrassing,
Now, some of
Megan.
us were
Fetch.
actually grieving Charlie Kirk. Turning Point
This
USA,
woman.
on the other hand, was grieving differently. Just differently. Turns out there was no pathway in which these goblins were not trying to strike gold off of his name.
Goblins.
Including,
Goblin.
ladies and gentlemen, in case you
She's
missed
an
it,
ogre, though.
at the DMV. Man, I had quite a chuckle about this. They were like, what else can we do? The DMV, let's make some money. So apparently what happened was back in January, Arizona Senator named Jake Hoffman. Now, I should let you know, Jake Hoffman is a dear friend of Tyler Boyer, a partner of Tyler Boyer. He formerly used to work at Turning Point USA. They make money together. I knew Jake Hoffman, okay? This ain't some senator. I didn't know Charlie, but I was impacted. And no, okay? He's embedded with Turning Point USA. And Jake Hoffman, back on January 28th, introduced a bill for a state license plate to honor Charlie Kirk. You know, guys, it's all about honoring him. Legacy. Now, the proposed specialty plate, which was going to be referred to as a Charlie Kirk Memorial Plate, was essentially going to feature a photo of Charlie and the Turning Point USA logo in front of an American flag background. A little shameless promotion. And below the license plate, as you just saw,
Shameless. It was
the
his
words were going to read
organization,
for
you
Charlie,
idiot.
because it was definitely for Charlie. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure somewhere there's an interview where they're going to explain to us, like, oh, I had a conversation with him, and Charlie said, wouldn't it be so great if my face was on a plate? I'm sure, right? The ghost of Charlie, always when nobody's there, says exactly what they're trying to accomplish.
From Purgatory.
Anyway, so this goes through, and the Senate passed. They passed the bill 16-2. And then the House of Reps also voted in favor of the bill 31-23. And now, in case you're thinking, maybe that's sweet, maybe this really was for Charlie, you should think again. You should remember that we're speaking about Turning Point USA. There's got to be money somewhere, right? There's got to be ka-ching, ka-ching somewhere. So how it actually would have worked is that...
Oh my gosh. Turning Point USA is a non-for-profit organization. She acts like there's some kind of corporation like Target or something. It's just nuts to me. And so they do this thing. I bet she's about to say that it costs money or whatever to make it. Yes, it's a license plate, a personalized license plate. Everybody, if you get a personalized license plate, you have to pay for it.
Yes. But no,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
nefarious. It's because they're doing it. It is sinister and perverse and proof that they killed him. That's what it is.
You would have paid a $25 fee for that specialty plate, $17 of which
17.
would have been an annual donation deposited into a conservative grassroots network special plate fund, according to the legislation.
She's
And
just seething with
while
jealousy.
the recipient
She can't
of
even breathe.
the grassroots network special plate fund was not explicitly stated as being Turning Point USA in the
Explicitly.
bill, it did note that the director of the fund would allocate the revenue annually to a nonprofit organization founded in 2012 that focuses on restoring traditional values and maintaining a grassroots activist network on high school and college campuses in Arizona and assisting college students with voter registration and absentee ballots. They just
Idiot.
no shame. There's no shame. It's amazing. It's amazing to think through the new CEO really being up there like These YouTubers are making thousands of dollars investigating who killed my husband. Thousands of dollars they are making. Look at them.
Millions.
I can't believe it.
Mhm.
Shame.
Candace Owens is
But
making
what happens
millions.
thereafter is Katie Hobbs, who
Millions.
is the governor, vetoed the bill quite rationally, I might add. She wrote a very nice letter. And basically her reasoning, her letter, I'll read it here. She said, today I vetoed SB 1439. Charlie Kirk's assassination is tragic and a horrifying act of violence. In America, we resolve our political differences at the ballot box. No matter who it targets, political violence puts us all in harm's way and damages our sacred democratic institutions. I will continue working toward solutions and bringing people together, but this bill falls short of that standard by inserting politics into a function of government that should remain nonpartisan. Sincerely, Kate Hobbs.
Okay, so Katie Hobbs is she is like a psychotic leftist, like an ultra left governor. Like it's Katie
is she?
Hobbs, right? So
Mhm.
she hates Charlie Kirk. So of course she wasn't going to sign the bill, you know.
Right. Oh, but she leaves this part out. She leaves that part out.
She's probably happy that he is dead, honestly. I bet
I
she
think that-
celebrated with her wine and her cats.
I'm sure
Okay.
she did. And remember, she watched it over and over and over again because she was just elated.
No,
with
I'm
it.
talking about Katie Hobbs.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Candace, which I mean, you just
Yeah,
the same was true
yeah.
for Candace. Oh, but Katie Hobbs, I don't know anything about her, but if she hated Charlie, I'm sure, like you said, she did. Watch it.
Well, she was running for governor against Carrie Lake, I believe. So do you know who Carrie Lake is?
No,
She
I'm
was
not
like
into
a MAGA, super MAGA candidate. But Katie Hobbs is like super leftist. Like everybody was
Oh, I didn't
really
know that.
concerned when she got into, they think she cheated. That was 2020. That's when all that stuff went down. Remember?
Oh,
In
yep.
Arizona.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well, but she's not going to mention that.
Maybe if I was governor, I would add a couple lines about y'all are shameless, you're crazy, your mama should be ashamed of you. But, I'm not the governor. I'm probably never going to be a governor, for being fair.
Praise the Lord.
Now, of course, Turning Point USA is in for the spin. They're outraged. Jake Hoffman is outraged. Were there going to be kickbacks? Who knows? There's a lot. There's a relationship there. The Farnsworths, Jake Hoffman, Tyler, thick as thieves. Here's what Jake Hoffman said on Fox News regarding her decision.
What's your response to the governor when she says that honoring Charlie Kirk, quote, falls short of that standard of bringing people together?
Well, listen, the only thing that falls short, unfortunately, is Katie Hobbs's track record actually trying to unite the people of Arizona. Look, Charlie Kirk was an incredible man. He was a friend of mine for 11 years. And when he passed, the memorial we held, it's the only time in Arizona history that we filled 2 professional sports stadiums to honor and run tribute to the life of an Arizona citizen. He built a national organization with a global impact, reaching
She
all the
can't
way
stand
from
it.
South Korea to London when he passed away. There's no doubt that he was a uniter. He was someone who championed free speech, and he was a civil rights leader of our time.
Jake, here's what I don't get. There are other license plates, including some that are tied to conservative causes, that have been approved. We have Choose Life. That's from the Arizona Life Coalition and its mission to promote anti-abortion advocacy. We have one from a...
Okay. Okay, so this actually isn't unusual. She's just showing that the license plate thing isn't like some unusual thing.
But she thinks it's a gotcha. She thinks it's a gotcha. I can't.
Oh my
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Oh my gosh.
What's wrong with her hair? Is it crimped? Did she like crimp it in the front?
Yes,
what is
she
that?
crimped the front piece. It's like party in the front, business in the back, kind of.
Mm,
You
wow.
know? Yeah. She's really
Lions
serving it.
defending freedom. Talking about conservative Christian legal advocacy, yet the precedent that she says isn't there. Is there anything different in these Charlie plates versus what you're seeing on your screen?
In God we trust.
No, the reality is that Katie Hobbs has repeatedly been petty and partisan in everything that she's done, whether it be her nominees that she appoints to run the state agencies, or whether it be her veto track record. In fact, just last year, she vetoed about 9 of my bills, and I chair the nominations committee, and she used the acronym of the committee as her reason for the veto. She's legally required to give us a reason, and she used the acronym of the committee to do it. She is nakedly partisan, and this is why we have to make sure that there is a new governor elected come this November.
No, I don't care if Katie Hobbs wins the gubernatorial race. I don't care if a Republican wins. I am just so disgusted with politics in general that we're even pretending this is a left or right issue. Just say we want money. Just say we want to grift off of Charlie's death every which way and manner that we can. Just say we want the $17 out of the $25. Let's stop pretending it's about politics.
Okay, so her saying this money thing over and over drives me crazy, because as soon as she started talking about the investigating what happened to Charlie Kirk, so her live streams were getting like $6,000-$7,000, and I think I have only the data on live chats, not the ad revenue, but her live chats and stuff was getting $6,000-$7,000, and then sometimes 12, sometimes the highest was 14. So, but it was mostly like 6, 8, 5, 9, like that. But then when she started the Charlie Kirk investigation series she's been on for months now, it went up to 54,000, 22,000, 17,000, 28,000, 34,000, like an episode.
Yeah.
And so there's like a huge jump. Rob Snyder, you know who he's, the actor?
Yes. Yes.
He posted a whole list of the entire year.
I love him. Right, because it's so, she is the master of projection. She is focused solely on the money. That's why she won't let this go, because she can't. Because what you do to get the money, you have to continue doing to keep raking in the money. So she has to continue this conspiracy theory. And look how it's just, oh, I'm sorry, hit the microphone. Look how it's just branched out. They're like roots, tree roots, just spreading out, grasping everything. She's everywhere. We were bees, maroon shirts, of course, the Jews, Russia, France, Britney Spears, that whole thing. Now Erica, although she liked Erica at first, she has to continue spinning it to get that money. Whatever she can do to make the most money, she will do. And to come after Turning Point USA for making whatever, $17 on a license plate, when, like you said, they're a nonprofit, everything they make, they use to sustain their organization. She is the ultimate hypocrite. And she just accuses everyone of doing the very same thing she's doing. She can't even meet the standard she sets for other people. She herself can't meet that standard.
Yeah, well, what's crazy is that she's making all this money off conspiracy, like, but back in the day, you couldn't make any money off conspiracy. So it's a huge change in society nowadays, because back in the day, conspiracy channels barely made anything. They would often get shadow banned. You wouldn't see them. You'd have to like actually know the whole name of the channel to find it and stuff like that. And they weren't making hardly any money. And nowadays there's been like this huge shift where it's like a huge money-making thing. And that's why they're bringing up all these old conspiracies from like 15 years ago. Like her and Tucker and all these people, they're like bringing in things like nobody has talked about for 15 years.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that they bring up the, I mean, it's just, it shows the deterioration of culture. You couldn't make money off of conspiracies before. You were considered a lunatic if you were out here endorsing conspiracies. But now that is what people are attracted to. They don't want the truth. The truth is boring for them. It's not enough.
The Epstein psyop. So I'm not saying like that the whole situation around Epstein's a psyop, but I'm saying there was a psyop done to get everybody riled up about the Epstein thing. And that
Oh,
brought in like tons and tons of normies. The Q psyop brought in a bunch of normies into the conspiracy world. And then the
normies.
next one that brought in a huge amount was the Epstein thing. And then when the Charlie Kirk thing happened, that even brought in more people.
Mhm.
So there's just an overload, like a flux of brand new people to the conspiracy land. And so they're cashing in and they're bringing up super old and they're not even explaining them very well. I'm like, this is a horrible, like this stuff used to be so interesting and she's telling it in such a horrible way that it's like,
She ruins everything. She really ruins everything. She's
Yeah.
a plague. She really.
Let's
I-
stop pretending it's about
Sorry,
Democrat versus
I played it.
Republican. Let's just
Pretending.
acknowledge that on both sides,
Sides.
everybody's filth. Everybody is filth. And the
Oh, wow.
people that they want to steal from are the people that come to the DMV who have souls and actually will look up and go, wow, I was really
What?
impacted by Charlie's assassination. And like, I would like to have that plate so that it can be in memory of him. And at the end of the day,
People at the
who's that
DMV
going
have
to? Who's that money
souls. You
going
and
to?
I
It's going to
don't,
his
though, Megan.
wife's organization now. And the messaging is apparently you can always honor Charlie with your hard-earned money. I want you guys to know that. This is the messaging coming out of Turning Point USA.
Your
You can always
401k.
honor Charlie with your hard-earned money. But you can't honor him by remembering the words that he said. You can't honor him. We got to take down all of his episodes.
They did not.
We have to make sure we
She's
find
lying.
interviews of things he said. We have to direct the ghost of Charlie. We have to pretend he's like, didn't
What?
have all that going on with the Zionists at the end. We got to welcome them into the fold, all of his enemies. Just give us money. We want your money. At all times of the day, we want your money. It is the only way that you can honor Charlie. Just absolutely disgusting. And I had to share that with you guys because I
Okay.
just thought to myself, there's just no end. And by the way, of course, Tyler Boyer jumped into the fold because that's his boy. And here's what he said on
Oh my
X.
gosh.
He wrote, every nonprofit in Arizona that has major roots has a license plate. Katie Hobbs vetoed this over politics after Charlie was brutally murdered. Disgusting. Yeah. I'm sure you just wanted that in memorial. I'm sure that was it because that's obviously who Tyler Boyer is. And these were Charlie's best friends in the world. That, my friend, is the problem. Anyway, we will be right back to answer some of your
Oh, but
comments
here-
after a
let-
quick break.
Here's an ad.
All right, you guys, if
I
there's
can
one thing
make
that I
that
have realized,
money.
it's that how home has been
Move
muffed, but we're
this lunatic while the ad runs for a second so we can chat about that. Can I just say, I tweeted this earlier, X'd it, whatever. I pray, I don't know if this is feasible, that Erica finds a way to purchase YouTube just to upset this monster. Can you imagine, Megan? If Erica were to purchase YouTube, how can we make that happen? Let's start a
I don't think
GoFundMe,
she has
Kickstarter.
enough money to do that.
I know, but let's just think about the glory of what that would be. Just to really,
She would own Google too, like the Google search engine.
I love it. I wish that could happen. I wish that could happen just to upset Candace.
Well, you saw how upset she got just because Erica
Yeah.
Kirk was put on that board that Charlie was going to be put on.
Mm-hmm.
The board of visitors for the Air Force Academy. It's basically
Mhm.
like an honorific role. Like she's basically not going to do much, But Candace lost her mind over that. And people are literally on the internet saying she's in charge of the DOD now.
Right. She has no authority over anything as a member of this board of visitors. There's nothing that she can do. She doesn't provide any guidance, as you mentioned, Megan. It is just an honorary position.
Yeah.
You can go look it up. Like, there's nothing. Graham Allen did an excellent video on that earlier. But yeah, she lost her mind. Because that's what Candace wants. Candace wants to be where Erica is. She wanted all of it. Do you like what I'm doing with my hands here? She wanted all of it. Everything. She wanted to be Mrs. Charlie Kirk. She wanted to be. Just think about what she said recently about, I find it interesting, Erica, that you never mentioned that I was with Charlie at the airport when you met him. I was there on that trip. She always has to, like, she's so bothered by that Erica took her place. What didn't even take her place. Charlie never wanted her. Charlie never wanted Candace. Candace
Well,
is
she
crazy.
didn't even work at Turning Point very long before Charlie met
No.
Erica Kirk. So he met her, and very shortly after Candace started working there. I think Candace wants to be really high up in politics, but they kind of all kicked her out of
Praise the
politics when
Lord.
she started like attacking the moose.
The what?
The moose.
The moose.
Oh,
What
I
are
try
moose?
not to say Jews because then
Oh.
because YouTube doesn't know if you're actually talking bad about them or you're not. So if you mention them too
Oh.
much, even in chat or on your channel, your channel will get shadow banned.
Awesome.
So
Okay, I'll remember that. We'll call them
yeah.
the moose. Oh yeah.
Or whatever
Okay.
word you want to make up. But I
Ooh,
try not to
Stark.
say it too much because they'll think that you're like an anti-channel.
Oh, okay. No, I'm a proud Zionist and lover of the Jews. But I will call them something else so that I don't get shadow banned. Stargazer says, I think she wanted to be Charlie himself. I think you're onto something.
Yeah, she
I
wanted him to put the lotion on his skin.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me add her back. Is her ad over?
Yeah.
Look at her. Look at that beauty.
Sell your soul to be in politics? Or does that just like make it easier? You know, is it a requirement or does it just make it easier? Anyway, that just a rhetorical.
What is this
question.
episode
It's
about?
going
Like,
through my
where are
mind.
we now?
Top comments from last episode. Steph Lore writes, let's all give a warm welcome to Erica Kirk, Blake, Andrew, Mikey, and everyone else at Turning Point USA who tunes in along with us every day to watch CO. I wish they'd just come on the show. I've made the offer. I mean it.
They made the offer as well,
Wanting
and
to
you
sit down with them.
refused.
I particularly would love to have a public conversation with Erica Kirk, who has
You wouldn't
nothing to
survive it.
hide, except a lot of stuff, apparently.
So
She
they
wouldn't survive
can't
it.
talk. They can't talk to her now. Whatever is going on behind the scenes with lawyers and stuff, they would have been advised to never speak to this woman again or bring her up because I guarantee you they're, collecting things behind the scenes.
Oh, I agree.
So
I agree. But remember, they invited her back in December to come on to their
yeah.
live stream before she and Erica did their private sit down, which I believe was a mistake. And she first accepted, and then she had a plethora of reasons that she couldn't make it happen. You know, my husband has people coming in from out of town. My kids have school. This is the last week before Christmas. Like, they made an offer for her to come publicly speak with them.
Yeah,
And
she was like, anytime, any place.
anytime, any
like,
place. Yes, except for that time in that place. So, girl, you wouldn't survive. It's easy to say. She's able to say that now, knowing what you, because I agree with you, what you said. That all of them have probably been advised legally not to speak with her publicly, privately, anything. So it's easy for her to say that. And she looks like a big tough guy. Come on, I would like for you to come on this platform, knowing that it can't happen. But when they were asking her to come on, she weaseled out because she's spineless. Look at her.
Right.
Look at her little hair. It looks like my Cocker Spaniel's ears.
Olivia
Look at
Joy
that
writes,
little
one thing Candace has shown for sure is that everything eventually connects. I just think Romania,
yeah, everything eventually
New York
connects
real
with
estate,
Candace 'cause
politics of it all,
she
reality
just brings
TV.
everything in.
There are some themes here that are hard to ignore, is what I would say. Easy Hammer writes, since for today's episode, I heard Erica's written words spoken out loud. It gives me the same level of cringe as watching her. Oh, hearing Erica's written words spoken out
Get it
loud
right,
gives me the
girl.
same level of cringe as watching her say them on TV. It's so many words to say nothing. That drives me
No!
insane. Just say less.
Like
Just
a pot
say
kettle
less.
situation here.
James the Least writes, being on the board of the U.S. Air Force Academy sounds like the kind of job that you would need a background check for. Certainly, well, her background is, I'm Charlie's wife. Hear me roar. I'm Charlie's wife. Charlie was qualified, so why am I not qualified? Isn't that how it works? Then I just instantly become my husband's very good at math. I'm not so good at math.
Is he?
But I guess just say I'm good at math, I guess, or something.
Where is
Amy
your
Loves
husband?
Music writes, I know everything that you are saying is true. It's been going on for years. It's hard to trust anything. I love what you are doing, what you can to find out the truth for your friend Charlie. I am not sure anything will ever be done. I am saddened by how the world is so corrupt. I'm wondering, real estate in general, Like, is that just sort of
Oh,
are
all
we
real
doing
estate now.
illegal things?
All
Yeah,
real
it's-
Right?
all
'Cause
realtors
real
are
estate
bad.
is how you hide money. It's
Mhm.
like, tradition. It's pretty traditional. It's a traditional historical understanding. A lot of real estate involved in this story
So
is all
we're
I'm
all
saying.
just up a creek without a
And
paddle.
I
Nothing's
find, like I
safe.
said, her floating around Jeffrey Epstein in
Can't
his
even
orbit
consult a
to
realtor.
be interesting. Very interesting. Miss Cato writes, I just don't get it. Had I been CK's wife, I would have had Candace and Tucker headlining his memorial and making his donors, who made him so fearful, regret the day that they started threatening him. You would be a normal person, right? You would have that anger. You would have that rage. You'd be like, I don't even want to look at you because of the last thing that you said to Charlie. That's how I felt. Not Erica.
Girl,
No.
when's the last
She
time you spoke to Charlie?
was overcome with the
Candace?
spirit of
You weren't even following him on
glory
social
or
media.
something, and
Any
just was
social
like,
media.
I feel the opposite. I want to make amends with his enemies and send my PR person to attack his friends.
She's an
S.
idiot.
Beth writes, for anyone questioning how fiercely Candace and Charlie fought for each other, watch their Turning Point event in Hawaii. I saw it again recently and nearly cried.
You mean from
Even now, though he's
2018?
gone, they still stand together in this battle. I have not seen that. I can't even remember like the context of what you're speaking about. I obviously remember going to Hawaii with Charlie, and it was a great
She's
time.
like, I don't even
I remember we were
I don't
wearing
remember
leis.
that, but
But yeah,
you're wearing
I
the
mean,
lace.
it is a thing. It is a thing. We did always have each other's back, and I think that's partially what drives them crazy. Is they tried to spin a narrative that they know there's not a shred of proof for. There just
there
isn't a
is.
shred of proof.
There is a shred of proof.
For the idea
There's
that he was
proof.
anything but my brother and that we fought a lot of battles together, even when we disagreed on topics, which there were some topics that we did disagree on. And then eventually we sort of met back up in the middle. And let me tell you, we were certainly meeting back up in the middle on the topic of Zionism. Very
There
much
it
so.
is.
He was sick of being bullied. He made that clear. I also want to say to you guys, if you want to support us, you can support us. There's new merch available on
Oh,
the website.
We're
This
done
is
with
my
her. We're removing her. We're done. We're not going to let you plug your merch, your stupid, ugly, probably cheap merch with shoulder pads. I'm sure all of her sweatshirts come with shoulder pads. Megan, did you know that they weren't even following each other on social media? Do you follow your best friends on social media? If they have it on social media, do you follow your best friends?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, you would, right? Because they were besties. You're gonna hype up your bestie.
Some of mine, like some of my friends, kind of like went nuts with the whole thing that's going on with the anti and the false history stuff and all that.
Mhm.
So I'm sort of hiding, I guess.
Oh, okay. No, I get that. I understand that, but I'm saying, like, generally,
but I
your
still
close friend.
follow my friends. Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't following him. They weren't speaking. Otherwise, you can bet your bottom dollar that she would have shown those. She would have put it on a t-shirt, their text chain, their recent text chain. All she can do is show us text messages from 2018 because they were not good friends at the end. They were not.
Well,
And
I heard too that like the stuff that she's saying about, like, she got fired from Turning Point.
mhm,
And then the stuff she's saying about the moose, like that he was angry with them, like everybody that's ever, I'm sure anybody that's receiving a large amount of money from anybody of
Mhm.
any ethnicity that's donating a lot of money, they're probably super annoying, like sometimes, you know what I mean? Because they're giving you large donations. So you have to, listen to them and deal with whatever they're wanting. But then also her saying that, they're inviting like people he didn't like. He did like Ben Shapiro. He was on his show recently. And but Candace and him were not connected for quite a while. Like they hadn't,
No.
she had done shows at Turning Point, but it was not with Charlie.
And remember, we just found out because she never told us that she was under contract to do those speaking engagements with Turning Point. So it's not as though he just wanted to bring her on because they were besties. It's because there was a contractual obligation for her to do those speaking events. She never mentioned that. So she was all high and mighty saying, I just went on tour with, or I was just touring with him in whatever year that was. What 2024. No, you weren't on tour with him. You had a speaking engagement because you agreed to it and were paid for that. But as you mentioned, it wasn't even with, like, It wasn't them going at it together.
Yeah.
No.
Which I didn't even know because I hadn't really been paying attention, so I didn't know that they weren't close anymore. So when he died and then
Mhm.
she came out with her show, I was like, "Oh, yeah, they're best
Same.
friends. It's so sweet. I feel so bad for her."
Same. Same. Yeah, no, I when my husband and I were on vacation when that happened, and let's just all take a minute to remember, because Candace is now, it's all in a fog. Like the travesty of what happened to Charlie Kirk. I can't unsee what I saw. I was not intending on seeing the video. I got on social media to look it up after my mom called me and told me. It was a horrific thing that happened. A young man lost his father,
Oh,
a son.
I was just scrolling. Like I saw it like when it happened, like basically as
Mhm.
soon as it happened, because I was just scrolling Twitter, like sitting outside like I do, and I saw it like
Mm.
just with no warning or anything. No one said, anything had happened.
Mhm.
I was just scrolling Twitter and I was
Oh my
it
gosh.
was
Yeah.
disturbing. I like lost it. I texted my husband and said, that he'd been shot. And he was like, "What?" And I was like, and remember, we didn't know, like if
Mhm.
he was still alive. Although I'm like, I
Yeah.
told my husband,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's not,
Right.
but yeah, it was like horrible. And now Candace is just absorbed that
Mhm.
entire thing. You can't even think about Charlie Kirk without thinking about Candace
I know, it
because she's
sickens
just,
me.
she's absorbed. She's like eaten the
Mhm.
entire situation like
Like a
into
vulture.
herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's made it all about her, and we've lost sight about what actually happened to Charlie Kirk. That is so atrocious. I She never loved that man. She didn't love him as a friend. You cannot behave this way if you really love someone, to destroy their reputation, because she's making him out to be a liar. It's like everything that he's portrayed publicly, she's now alleging was false. So she's made him out to be a liar. She's made him out to be not an
Dumb.
evangelical Christian. Dumb. Oh my word,
Yeah.
right? Like, pick
Because
one,
she
girl.
says
He's a
that
jerk.
she's saying that Erica Kirk was his handler and all this
Yeah.
was planned and his life was like the Truman Show. And so she's ruining everything about his life.
Even though he was a time traveler that could astral project, right? It's like, pick one, girl. Pick one. He was either boy wonder, genius, or he's dumber than a doornail and can't see that he's being manipulated by everyone in his organization that he created.
Well,
I
she
don't know
had to
where
say he was in the GATE program because that's how,
it happens.
sorry,
It's okay.
she had to say he was in the GATE program because that's how the government found him, right?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
then know that he was special so that they could attach Erica Kirk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she is what she's doing by bringing in Erica's mom, who got
That's
government contracts or whatever. What she's doing is she's going to tie Erica's family to these government contacts or contracts and stuff
Mm-hmm.
to the fact that Erica was MK altered and a mind control slave that so ever since Erica was little, she's going to say they MK alter mind controlled her and to put with Charlie Kirk,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It was
Through
a
who's the
plan.
one she says? Is it Tyler
Boyer.
Boiler?
Tyler
Yeah,
Boyer.
that's the one she keeps saying, like, how does she know him? They've known
Right.
each other their whole. Okay, so
She can't remember.
through Tyler Boyer is how they,
The link.
connected Erica
Mm-hmm.
Kirk to Charlie Kirk. And
Mm-hmm.
like this was all a plan so that they could watch him because he was special because they found him in the GATE program.
In
Like
the
that's
GATE
what
program.
this is because I'm actually a conspiracy theorist, like I actually know like everything she's trying to say, she's just not
Mm-hmm.
saying it good at all. Like it's not convincing or being
Yes,
sold
can't even do
well at
that
all.
right. She can't even do that right. Like, girl, just get it right. People might believe you more if you just delivered the message correctly, but she can't even do that right because she can't do anything right. When I hear people say, because everyone's like saying that Candace is so talented. What is his name? Jeremy Boring said she's one of the most talented individuals he'd ever met. No, she's not. She's a blubbering mess.
Well, I think what he meant was like she's charismatic and can control a room, and she can think on a storyline out of her head. Like so he's saying like for her role
But
as
I
a
don't even agree.
media,
I know,
yeah,
but I'm like, but she's just dumber than the day is long. She doesn't think before. She's so impulsive. She can't remember what she said 5 minutes ago. The lies that she spins, she can't even keep up with them. She's talentless. I don't know how we ended up here. That's why I'm looking around at everybody like, how did we all fall for it?
well, charismatic leaders like often are not smart. Like they have something about them that draws people to them, and that's basically what she is. She's like running a cult now, basically.
Full of
And
demons.
a lot of, if you look at like, who was that one guy, like Robert Reiner, or
Oh, no.
what was
Not
it?
Rob
He ran
Reiner.
the Nexium cult.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
That guy was
I remember that.
ugly, weird looking. Like
Now
he
I need
looked
to know
like
who that
that
was.
guy
Let me
from
see him.
Scream in the wheelchair. You know, what was his name?
From Saw? You're talking about Saw? Jigsaw?
No, like Scream. Remember the movie Scream? The guy in the wheelchair that
No.
always, he's in several movies and he just looks weird and creepy and he's in a wheelchair.
I don't remember a guy in a wheelchair from Scream. Are we talking about the original Scream with Billy Loomis and everything?
Or no, the knockoff, the funny one, the one that was made.
Okay.
Yeah.
A scary movie.
Yeah, so yeah, the scary movie. Okay, yeah. And so that guy reminded me of that guy, and I'm thinking, how did this guy get all these women?
Keith Raniere.
Keith
Okay.
Raniere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How
so,
did he do it? Right.
like, they're just,
This is some next level wackadoo stuff. Candace is a cult leader. She does have cult followers. She's the only one who has the information, who has the truth. And she uses inclusive language, all of the things. Many people have done videos on that, on her culty behavior and the way that she operates. 100%.
yeah, she has manipulative, she uses manipulative language, and she also has a lot of cult tactics that are used in cults. The way that she's the arbiter of truth, the sole arbiter of truth. You can't trust anybody else. Everyone's out to get you, so it's like fear. Like there's a whole list. I had ChatGPT tell me. I was like, ChatGPT, tell me all the cult
And you know who
tactics she
does,
uses. And ChatGPT, it was like 45 things. Like,
I know. But you know who else did a great video is Carrie Smith, Deprogrammed with Carrie Smith. Have you
I
ever
gotta find that video for my series.
hers, Carrie's?
Yeah.
I'll send you the link. I'll find it and send you the link.
Okay.
She's excellent and she's so sweet. I met her on Jay Wood podcast when I was part of that panel, but she did that whole tweet, and actually Candace called her out. I don't know if you remember that. And of course, she couldn't contest what she was saying, or she couldn't try to debunk the facts that Carrie was giving. She had to go after Carrie's background. Like she started making fun of Carrie's background, like her actual setup, the way that she had things set up. She wasn't even able to retort with she wasn't able to give an argument on, no, I'm not a cult leader. I don't do this. I don't do that. No, she had to go for not what Carrie was saying. She couldn't argue with what Carrie was saying. She had to go for the ad hominem attacks is what I'm trying to say.
I'm
But
surprised
I'll find
she even worked for Charlie Kirk, because she couldn't make an argument correctly to save herself out of a paper bag. Her logical fallacies drive me crazy. Like she in her like tweets, I haven't done it for a while, but I used to like list out all of the logical fallacies Candace Owens used in this tweet, and it would take me forever because in one tweet there'd be like 7 or 8 logical.
Girl, you got to do that again. You got to start doing that again. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. So please retweet every single one of those. let's go over what we had in this episode. So we
Okay.
started with, and she never closed out the circle, right? We started with the next model management, the model house, the poor old lady that started next model management. Let's just throw her in there for good measure, dox her just for fun. And everyday heroes. We did bring up Erica's past relationship and her audition tape for whatever. What was that? The Great Race, something. I don't even know. Brought that up. Erica's real estate license that Candace is not able to confirm. Some of the orphans from a very problematic orphanage.
An orphan wrote her a tip about the orphanage.
I can't. Oh, how do we know that they were an orphan though from that
I
orphanage?
guarantee you a bunch of these people, this is like MI6 is sitting in a room making up all kinds of emails to send to this woman. I'm telling you,
know, right?
There's Russia, China, MI6. They've got like a whole, they each all have councils that are like on
No,
this.
no, that's funny.
I'm telling
That's
you.
funny. That's funny. Okay, so we had that. And then we went to, where do we go next? Megan, no, was Tyler Boyer next?
The license plate.
Thank you.
Was
I
that
almost
what was
forgot about the
next?
license plate. Yes. Talked about the license plates and how they made $17 for themselves out of the $25 that they were charging. Oh, also, people at the DMV have souls. People at the DMV, they're the ones with souls.
I feel like my soul's being ripped out every time I have to go to the
I know.
DMV.
I know, right? Like, I need to make an appointment for a real ID, and I'm putting it off. I mean, we got vacation coming up, but I can't go to the DMV because I mean, it's just the last push I need to just end it. But okay, DMV license plates. Then we got to Tyler Boyer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we ended with him. We just went right into the comments after Tyler Boyer, right?
I think so.
So nothing was closed. Nothing was resolved. These are all just puzzle pieces for her 85,000 piece jigsaw puzzle. Right? But she's good at puzzles.
It's like a 1,000,000 piece puzzle by now. My favorite one so far is that she had that Masonic Bible.
No, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about that. Don't you bring it up. Don't you bring it up. I nearly fell over. I nearly fell over. She thinks that is like the only edition of that Bible. It was given to her. It has all the information. Guys, wake up. The candies of the world, as Jay would say, come to the front of the church. Come to the front of the church. Cantifa. Like, you've got to wake up and see this woman is bananas. Bananas.
But so a person who watches her show sent her a Masonic Bible, okay? And she opened it up, right? And she's like, and it was like saved out of a fire where they were burning all this stuff that had bad spirits, right? Then she opens it up, and because it has a pentagram on the inside of it, that told her that Charlie Kirk, they sacrificed Charlie Kirk because he was killed inside of a pentagram. Only it's not really a pentagram. You have to like draw the pentagram in. There's not like actual corners of the whole thing. And so now people are all over Twitter like drawing a pentagram.
A shape. Yes. Yes. All because of that Masonic Bible. All because of that. Guys.
I mean, I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like that is a stretch. You know what I mean? Like, and she's like, and I never told anyone about this because, But apparently, I mean, didn't she make it sound like it got sent to her in the very beginning and like she hasn't told anyone
Of
about it yet?
course. She always does that. She always does that because she knows we know that she would have mentioned it long ago had that been true. Like she wouldn't have sat on that information. She wouldn't have sat on it. She did the same thing with Erica. I had these feelings before. I didn't say anything because XYZ, but I've had this information for a long time. The lies. The lies. But yeah, she did try to make it seem like she got all of these tips from the very beginning, but she's so good of a person that she hasn't said anything. because
Did
she
you
didn't
see
wanna
what
upset-
Bronson said on his show the other day?
No, what did he say? I love Bronson.
Okay, so this is crazy. So I found a genealogist, and then
Uh-huh.
but I guess she watches everybody, so she also contacted Bronson, and she sent him this information because she does the genealogy, so she uses the sites and stuff. And I
Mhm.
guess she told Bronson, and I guess she provided him with screenshots, but he didn't show those. But
Mhm.
when you go to clip things off of like so the old newspaper clippings that Candace showed on her show about Erica's family,
Yes. Mhm.
when you go to clip those, it leaves a stamp of the date that those were clipped first when they were first clipped. So nobody's
Oh.
clipped those, right? Nobody, like most people, no one's looking into their family and clipping stuff. So they were just recently clipped on September 13th. So that means if this is true, that means her and her team were planning on doing all of this to Erica back then on September
Shut
13th.
up.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. Okay, I have to go back and watch
I mean,
that.
if
You
this
said it's
is
on
all very
Bronson?
much
Okay.
speculation, but who else would have went and clipped that stuff or whatever?
I believe
You know
it.
what I mean?
Please, I believe it. I believe it. This has been her plan all along. She's always listen. I've seen the conspiracies that Candy had a hand in what happened on September 10th.
Oh yeah,
I
what's that one guy's name?
There are so many guys. I can't even tell you.
I
Who?
just found his channel and it's really kind of funny because he's like, we're gonna put everything Candace Owens, she said that this is how you do an investigation and we're down with that. So we like it doing it this way. So,
No, who is
we're
it?
gonna oh my God, let
When
me
you
see if I
yeah,
can
show me.
find it. I might have saved it on my phone.
While you're looking, this is why I say, Candy, you can't throw stones when you live in a glass house because there's so many, as the kids are saying, sus things that we could point out about you and what you did in the weeks leading up to Charlie. Remember, she said she just had a vibe to pull her kids out of school like 2 weeks before pull her kids out of school. They're not even in school. They're toddlers. Anyway, all the wackadoo things that she's done that she frames as being like divinely inspired. Right? She'll always attribute it to spiritual gifts. She has a spiritual gift of discernment. She could discern when people are good or bad just in meeting them. She spiritually discerned she needed to pull her kids out of school because something nefarious was going to happen. And then September 10th happened. So if we really put her under the microscope as she's doing with everybody else, I don't think that she'd be too happy. Did you find him?
No, it was on Bronson's last live and he played it
Oh,
and I guess maybe I didn't clip it, but his name was something. Maybe did you look in the chat? Maybe they know.
oh,
I think he's a black man, and if I remember correctly, and he was so hilarious because he was being super serious and he was showing like the investigation behind him. It was very entertaining. Like he
no, I don't see it in the chat
was a
here. Or
really
just
good entertainer. Um
I'll find it, and then later on I'll put it in the description here. I'll go to Bronson's page because I don't see it in the chat. Anyway, I'll find it and put it in the description of this video.
Yeah, I'll find it
Modif-
too and send it to you because I want to watch the next episode. Like
Yes,
it
right.
sounds awesome. But he's doing it from he's investigating like Candace's family, the family connections to Sandy Hook and all this stuff, and
No,
how,
right,
yeah,
because her what is it? Her grandfather or her father was supposed, or uncle, somebody was a security guard for Sandy Hook. Is that what
no,
he's
her
alleged?
father did the security contracting
Okay.
for the school. Yeah.
See? Like, girl, do you really want people sniffing around what you're doing?
Yeah, this guy was like, he was like, it's really hard to find information about him. It's like she doesn't want us to know about him, and we think we know why. Like,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
so yeah.
So your series that you're working on, what is that encompassing? Because I'm working on a series. I'm still in the research phase for The Bride of Lucifer, but it's really going to be focused on Candace's relationship with George and his ties rooted in the occult. So that's what I'm working on. It's not going to be kind of the mainstream what people are, because there's been some excellent videos that have been made, excellent series that people have done since she started doing her Bride of Charlie series, going into her history and all of the ridiculous things that she's done and the lies that she's spun. But what is your series going to be focusing on?
Starting with Candace, so I'm like digging up stuff, but I do stuff in a really weird way. Like, I don't know if you've watched my channel, but
Mhm.
I just like, whenever I'm doing a video, like, it's sort of weird. Like, I connect all these dots in weird ways. So I pull up an article here, then I
Mhm.
talk about this thing, and then I connect it with something someone's saying in a video explaining it, or I like look up the definition of things, because sometimes we don't really understand the exact definition. So I want to make sure we're like know what we're saying. And
Mhm.
so I'm bouncing off mainly this article by Inhabit, House Inhabit. Have you
Mhm. No,
read that
never heard
article?
of him.
She's writing a series on Candace, and she's been a victim of Candace's before. So,
Uh,
yeah, so the article is like really good. It's a series. I haven't read 5 yet. So I'm bouncing off the article, and I'm going like way back because I remembered some of the people that were noticing weird stuff about her that were on the right, and they were
mhm.
having podcasts back then. So I found some of those old podcasts where people are talking about her, and
Mhm.
then I found the one about with her family. So I'm pulling stuff from everywhere and connecting it in like one big thing. And so I've already got episode 1 done. And then I've also been recording with people. So I recorded a segment with Jason
Mhm.
and with Jay Witt, and I recorded
Mhm.
a session with a TikToker named Based Boy Mom
Okay,
so
I've
far.
heard of it.
So
Mhm.
I'm trying to
I
get
can't wait
people
to see
to,
it. Okay.
yeah.
I love it.
So
I can't
the
wait to see it.
first episode I think might be out by Friday because I've already got it edited.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. I've been sub to your channel, so I love everything that you do. I love hearing you talk. I just think you're wonderful. So I can't wait to see that series. I'm
But anyway, I'm
again,
going to continue forward in the series
yes.
into like other people she's hurt, um connecting it to how she manipulates her audience and how she weaponizes her audience against people, which is something that I've experienced on YouTube in live stream communities and then I started researching it more and talking
Mhm.
to people. And so it's a really big problem on YouTube, but she's sort of doing it in her own way, but it's very similar to the stuff that's going on in live stream communities where
Mhm.
the the content creator, once they have built their audience builds a parasocial relationship with them, they will pick someone in their audience to pick on, and they'll start weaponizing their audience against them and getting them stalked from like live stream to live stream and stuff like that,
Oh
and
my
then
word.
eventually like to Twitter and stuff. And it caused like severe mental health problems with many of the people that this happened to. And I collected like a bunch of stories, and I was going to write an article, but it was like so
Please
traumatic. I'm
do.
having a hard time writing the article. And so
Uh-huh.
um but so I have some experience with that, and so I recognize what she's doing. So even though she's doing it to people who are not just like me, like just a YouTube viewer, she's doing
Mhm.
it to famous people. It's still just as stressful to those people to see everybody on the internet saying horrible stuff about them, leaving terrible comments and everywhere in their on their social
Mhm.
media, blaming them for stuff that they didn't do. Like that's one of the things, because when the people started attacking
Mhm.
me, like I didn't engage with it, so they had nothing to attack me on. But
Mhm.
then, so what they did was the more outspoken raunchy people, not raunchy, but rambunctious people in
Mhm.
the community that were defending me and some other people, they would go and they would start like defending, in the tweets, and
Mhm.
then they would say that that was me. So they'd be like, "Oh, that's blah blah blah. Um she says she's not messing with anybody, but here she is, and
Oh
stuff."
my
And they would like
gosh.
post it everywhere, even though it really wasn't me. Like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
and then I made an email so that people could contact me that had been abused by this group. And so
Mhm.
then they like started saying that the email was pinging in all these locations, right? Because they said I was working with blah 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 to like
Of
take
course.
them
Of course.
down or
Of course.
whatever,
Yeah.
and
Of
that
course.
they showed like this data, right? Saying
Right.
that the email pinged in like four different locations where all these other people lived. And I had like
Oh
a
my gosh.
VPN. Yeah, I had a VPN and it was all set to Canada, and it didn't, I'd never logged out of it. So they just had the email open in my browser on my phone.
Oh
So it
my
had never
gosh.
been like logged into or logged out of. And then this data person who said she was really good with technology and stuff, she was like, "Oh, I confirmed it. This is her IP address and blah blah
She
blah."
confirmed it. Okay.
And none of it, like, I never sent them an email, so they couldn't do that anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you can't
Yeah.
just look at an somebody's email and then get all that information from, you know what I mean? So,
But people don't
but
know that, so they'll pick it
people
up
just
and they'll run
believe
with it.
anything, so
Mhm.
then people underneath the comments are like, "What is wrong with her? Why won't she leave you alone? She's freaking crazy." Like, and then
Right.
they'll like attack you when they see you in other live stream communities. You know what I mean? So a bunch of people had to like
Yeah.
change their name. I never changed mine. Like, this is all on my personal account that I've had
Mhm.
since like 2009. I never changed mine, but some people had to, for their mental health, completely um change, like shut down their YouTube account and make another one,
Oh my
because even
word.
if you change your @ in
Uh-huh.
old live streams, your @ will change, so they could still
Oh,
find
no, I didn't
you.
know that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Oh my
crazy.
gosh. Listen, that is some demonic stuff right there. That is powered by the devil and his minions. Honestly, it is.
But that's
Everything
why
is
I try to tell Gary it's not all just bots, because people really love doing that. That's what I learned from my situation. People
Mhm.
who didn't even know anybody just started jumping on the wagon and joining
Mhm.
in on this to do this in this community just because they knew it was happening, and so they could
Mhm.
be nasty and mean. So
Ugh.
people just love doing this type of stuff. So that's what she's weaponizing her audience against all these people. Then they go and attack them and make up more lies about them and etc. And they
Mhm.
want to do that. These are the type of people who want to do that. They'll make sock accounts. They don't have to necessarily being paid, because in this community that I was in, there were
Mhm.
people with tons and tons of sock accounts just so they would make parody accounts of people just so they could be horrible and mean to them for no reason other than that's just what they wanted to do.
And for now, that's going to work for them. But Candace is dangerous because after a while, the digital harassment isn't going to satisfy the bloodlust of her audience, and they are going to physically harm someone that she's sicking them on. Like, I believe she's putting Erica and her children in harm's way. People at Turning
Did
Point
you know
USA,
that
she's
she's been
put in harm's
listed
way.
in like 3 or 4 people's manifestos?
Yes. Yes. The most
I did.
recent lunatic, um, that had what did the shirt say? I don't remember. The most recent one, he was a Candace follower. He
Oh
loved
yeah.
Candace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's
Listen,
already happening. Like,
sister. Yes, but Eric, she's literally putting Erica in danger. Everyone that she's trying to dox, all these casualties, right? Like people that have nothing to do. The kid in the hoodie. Oh, okay. Everyone she's naming, she doesn't care that she's actually putting them in harm's way
well,
because
the
she's
camera
conditioned
guy,
her audience.
remember the camera guy? He had to like move away from his home.
Coming. I'm so sorry. I have to. Okay, love you. Bye. Okay, my husband is getting ready to leave. What did you say? What was the last thing
Remember
that you
the
mentioned?
camera guy? He had like a big long camera and Gary interviewed him, but they started making up the stuff on the internet about him and that the camera was actually the gun. And he actually had to move away from his home because they doxed him and he couldn't get like work. Like he couldn't get hired. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Because of,
gosh. I know, but
and he
this is
doesn't have
why
money for security. He's just a guy that gets hired for photography.
I hope she's sued into oblivion by everyone. By everyone.
Like a class action lawsuit.
Yeah. Like honestly, listen. Have you been impacted by Candace Owens? You may be entitled to compensation. It's going to be infomercials coming up. Okay. It's going to be on ads now for all streaming services. Have you been impacted by Candace Owens? Are you having difficulty finding work? Is your mental health in jeopardy because of this woman? Please call us and join the class action lawsuit. I need her to be sued. That is so wrong. And it's ironic that she, with her whole social autopsy thing, you can't remember that she was like, you can't try out saying mean things and doing mean things on the internet thinking that there are no
Oh, I
consequences
know.
for
I
that.
know.
Like you can't do that. We're going to and she's the biggest internet bully to have ever existed.
I know. She's like, I'm making an anti-bullying site that tracks bullies on the internet.
Yes, so that kids don't delete themselves. Remember that? She said that. She was like, kids are the ones deleting themselves because they're being bullied online. We have to stop that. So we're going to dox all of these children because they're causing people to delete. Guys, this is all true.
No,
These are things that
that
she
whole
said.
thing, like, because I'm a conspiracy theorist, like that whole thing freaks me out. I'm like, who is this lady? Why did because she says she came from like a broken family. You know what I mean? She makes it sound like she lived in the ghetto, even though she lived in a white neighborhood in Connecticut. And I don't believe that her family was even broken or anything. How did
Yeah.
she have all these connections to start working in finance at like some finance
Oh, right.
firm
Because she
and
said
then
she
Vogue?
worked for a, yes. Girl, what do you
Like,
mean?
then
How do
she
you,
starts working for Vogue and then she starts this company where she's like gathering data on Republicans basically
Mhm.
into a database that can be searched. Like that is creepy AF. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what? And what woman from like a broken family in like a bad neighborhood or whatever would just have connections to start working at Vogue and some big equity firm and stuff like
Yeah,
that. You know what
a
I mean?
private equity
Like
firm. Yeah.
I'm poor.
Girl.
I don't have
Girl.
those kind of connections coming out of anything, you know? Like
Right? Right?
it doesn't make
Right?
any sense. And then you start realizing like her father was involved in like has connections to politicians and stuff like in some island. What was it? What was the
Okay, I didn't
island?
know that, but I know that her family, as much as she talks bad about the military, she has her the male figures in her family have military backgrounds. For the mess that she's said about the military recently, she has military connection.
Well,
She has military connection.
that video with her cousin that I use in
Yep.
my first episode, I believe it is. But she the cousin says because the guy asks her if Candace Owens is being real about the homosexual stuff because Candace was coming out like hardcore against that because she
Mm-hmm.
had just become a conservative. So she was saying all these talking points. And that cousin is gay, and so is the cousin's twin sister. They're both gay. And
Mm-hmm.
so she was like, no, Candace be capping on a lot of stuff. Candace just caps on that. And that's one of those things she caps on, right? And then
Uh-huh.
later in the interview, he asked her if she wanted to say anything else, and then she says, I want to set something straight because Candace Owens, or like because Candace, she's, she said a lot of cap about our family. And he was like, what would she say? And she was like, and that wasn't right. And he was like, well, what'd she say? And she's like, oh, remember how I said she was capping on the the gay stuff? And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And she's like, well, she did that with our family too. She capped a lot on our family. And so what she was trying to say is she made her family sound bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like all this stuff that wasn't necessarily true. Like she said, that woman said she grew up in a white neighborhood. She only dated white guys, you know?
Yes. And she said that they, I watched that entire thing. She was like, we have our, let's see, like members of our lineage, something like we're more white than we are black. Did you hear her say that? Like we have more white ancestors than we do black ancestors. Candace has
Yeah.
always wanted to be, she said Candace wants to be white or something to that effect. Something
Yeah.
to that effect. And yes, it's true. She has made her family out to be awful, her upbringing to be awful, but then she contradicts herself if you look at her past interviews, depending on what presentation she's giving. First, she said she didn't have any strong female influence in her life, but then she goes on to say, I believe it was like a TPUSA event or Liberty University, I think. And she talked about how her grandmother raised her as grandparents do. She had a strong maternal figure in her life that was her grandmother. Okay, now, but then she'll threw her grandmother out the window, and her grandfather is the one that raised her, and he was the only influential figure in her life. But if you look at her yearbook shout out, from her senior page that she had, she thanks her parents for always being there for, like, which is it? It can't be all of the things. So which is it,
Y-
sister?
Yeah, I know. I think she's like completely lying. I don't think her and that one girl, Dana, I think it
Dana?
was,
Mm-hmm.
she discovered like that the father side of the family is connected to like politicians and stuff on like St. James, was it?
I don't remember.
One of the
But I know what
islands
you're
we
saying, but
own.
I don't
Um
remember the
what
island.
are those islands?
The U.S. Virgin Islands?
Virgin, yes. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what she said was on those islands there's all these
I believe it.
politicians.
I
Yeah,
believe it.
Democratic politicians and stuff. And
Oh, I
so
believe
yeah, I think that the whole like idea that she came from a broken family was, and she was hiding
it.
her
Mm-hmm.
whole dad's side of the family for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, the whole thing around her is extremely fishy to me. Like way more
So
fishy
fishy.
than yeah,
Are you
than
kidding? Yes.
Erica
Then Erica,
Kirk.
that's I'm saying. If you really put her under a microscope here, we're going to see that her entire life is a sham. All of it is a sham. She
And
didn't have
she
she didn't have it rough.
puts Erica's picture up as a
Mm-hmm.
little bunny or something, a
The bee.
child.
It was the
And she's like,
bee.
oh my God, look at that. Oh, she's throwing up an occult sign. And it's like, what is wrong with you? Are you like literally insane? Like,
Did you see
this is,
the little short that I did? She was like, shout
yes.
out to her throwing up a Freemason hand. But then there's literally pictures of throwing up Freemason hand signs. Like, girl.
I put like a comment somewhere where,
Mm-hmm.
because my little 3-year-old boy, he came up and he was like, triangle. It's a
Yeah.
triangle because he's learning his shapes, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh,
Uh,
my little boy just did the triangle symbol. Should I be worried? Like, do I need to do
Shout
something,
out.
you know? Because
Yeah. Yeah. She's crazy, guys. She's crazy. And she is a fraud. She is a fraud. The whole thing about what her cousin said of the gay thing, if you go back to her degree 180, right? I did a dramatic reading in one of the videos that I did recently of her. It was why heterosexual men, why are you so obsessed with ANAL? Right. Did a dramatic read. In that article on her not social autopsy, her Degree 180 website, she said basically having with a man is the manliest thing a man can do. Right. And then she wants to come for Dave Rubin saying that he's a sexual deviant, Tyler Boyer saying he's a sexual deviant, when all the while she said, I am open. In that article, she said, I'm all about what people want to do, what two individuals want to do, two consenting individuals. If you want to dress up as pencils and staple each other's private parts. She said that, Megan. She said that. All for it. Do it. Doing that with a man, two men doing it together, it's the manliest thing a man can do.
Yeah, I
Girl.
think she was saying that it was like it's how like
It doesn't matter.
men.
It doesn't matter. She was endorsing sexual deviancy, right? Because that's all she talks about now. She's really offended by the sexual deviancy of it all. Really offended.
Well,
Even
she's going
though
after Dave Rubin
he was,
because he probably knows more about her than anyone else. Because
hope
he
he
was
sings
one of
like
the
Candyland.
very first people that platformed her back before even Charlie Kirk or anything. Like he was
Yep.
one of the very first ones. And that some of those old podcasts I found, they're referencing that interview that he did
Yeah.
with her,
Uh-huh.
because he did an interview with her first, then he did another interview with her and Blair White,
Yes.
because Blair White was like completely flipping out about Candace Owens. And there were tons of people that were like, who is this woman? She gets, and they were like, oh, and in her interview, she's like, oh, I've been having such a hard time. And they're like, you've been on YouTube for 4 months and you have 140,000 subscribers. Don't come to us with like, you're having a bad time. Like, who are you? Why, like she's immediately platformed by all these people. Like, and because I started watching her with Red Pill Black.
Oh, wow. So way back when.
Yeah, she showed up in my YouTube stream. She was doing the Myth of the Coon series.
Oh,
And
heavens,
I was just like, oh, this is kind of funny. And back then, remember, that's what everyone, there was this really big push that people on the right were like horrible racists that hate everyone. And they would just say all this ridiculous stuff. And so she was playing into that. And she was making like these little skits, and she was like sort of making fun of the left. And she was like saying the myth of the coon, making fun of that word, that and saying that like leftists are the ones that actually do that or whatever. But anyway, so that's when I started watching her. And then immediately, like within a couple of months, she was on every big platform, being platformed to everywhere. It was bizarre.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. I think within 4 months of having that YouTube channel, she got hired by Charlie Kirk. Who put her in front of Charlie Kirk? Who took her to meet Charlie Kirk? That's what I want to know. I mean, there's so much stuff you could go into. That's
I know there's so many.
about...
Listen, what you've done is made us a list of who's to blame for this creature. Okay, who's to blame? Dave Rubin, Dennis Prager.
Dave
Charlie
Rubin
Kirk.
wasn't even on the right. Dave Rubin was a leftist at that time.
I don't care. They're all on my list. They're all on my poo-poo list for giving this woman a platform. Now, the only thing, what did Sheldon say for the Big Bang Theory? The only thing left to do is place blame. Whose fault is it that this woman is now infiltrating?
Did you read that letter that Dennis Prager sent her?
Yes. You know what?
It broke my heart reading that.
I did a video on that because this woman had
I was going to do a video, but I didn't.
You should.
Do it.
No, do it still.
I was going to read the letter, but I just ended up not doing it. But I felt
so
bad
because
reading
she
that
had
letter.
the ability now to say that. Did you see that? That was months back, but she was like, Andrew Colvett.
Yeah, that's why he released the letter.
And said, are you a witch or something? Because Dennis Prager just like broke his neck, and it's right after he said something bad about you. That letter was so kind and generous. He gave her so much grace in that letter, and she never responded after sending him that stupid email saying,
I learned so much just reading that letter.
It was so wonderfully
I learned
written.
about that. Yeah, I learned about that one case with the
Yeah,
I didn't know any of that. I mean, I knew
I
about the
didn't
case, but I
either.
didn't know any of that stuff. I learned about other things that was really that whole letter was extremely informative, but it
It was
was
like I think it was 11, maybe more. Was it 11 pages or more? It was long. I
yeah.
just touched on like the. I didn't even read the whole thing. I would do that if I were you. You'd be great
And
to
you
read
could feel like the emotion,
it.
like you could tell he was
Because
really
he loved
emotional
her.
writing that.
He really did. He really helped her. That's part of what makes this so gross is that these people, but for them, you would not be where you are. I know she likes to think that it's because she's so wonderful and talented beyond measure, but it's not. It's because these people helped you and you've done nothing but dump truck on them all the way up the ladder. Like you have no honor. This woman has no honor whatsoever. She had she will take all of them down. Dave Rubin, right? He gave, because that's back when he was like he would find small creators and give them a platform. Like he would invite them on. That's back when she only had like 16,000, right? And then after he had her on, that's when she blew up to 100 and some thousand, like almost overnight. But no, now he's a sexual deviant, right? Called him out for being a sexual deviant. Dennis Prager, now he said something mean to her, which is why he broke his neck, right? Don't do that. He had it coming, essentially.
Oh my God. Is that what
That's
she
what,
said?
yes, because she was. I will send you the link after this once I find it for that episode. She said Andrew Colvett texted her randomly saying, "Are you a witch?" She said, "No." Why? He said, "Because I don't know what kind of witchcraft you're doing, but every time somebody says something bad about you, something bad happens to them. Like Dennis Prager wrote you that letter, and now he's paralyzed. Like
It's the candy curse.
it's a it's a candy curse."
Oh my gosh, dude.
This woman, she's a lunatic. I need to finish I'm working on my short film. I need to find someone to play Charlie. I still haven't, I put out PSA on Facebook. I was like, you don't have any lines. I just need you to be in the film. It's called, did you see the trailer? Cry My Darling? Did you see that
Yeah.
on Twitter? Um,
But so you're hiring a man off of Facebook to
I
come
am.
here?
Well, no, like not just a random, right? No, put the call out for, because I'm only friends with people that I know on
Oh,
Facebook.
okay.
I just
I
need to
see.
see
I
them.
thought you meant like a
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace ad or something.
Lord, no. What do you mean with the Craigslist is happening?
I'm
No,
like,
no,
wow,
no.
that's a
No. Because I asked my husband if he wanted to do it, but he's like, are you this crazy? Like you're playing crazy candy? Like, I don't know. I don't think I could. I don't think I could do that. So anyway, keep your eye out for that, people. Oh, why don't I just make an AI Charlie? I'm not good at the AI, Lindsay. You know, I love that Lindsay Disney is here. Hi. Because, and Belle is your icon. Hi, Lindsay. I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. It's so good to see you. I'm not good at the AI. I like to really get in there and make it myself. So it's happening. Okay. Megan, I've had such a good time with you.
yeah.
And I
Thanks
hope
for
you come back
inviting me.
on.
Actually, I invited myself, I
I
think,
love
but
that I was like, yes, because I said we need to do something together. And I'm here for you, whatever you need me to do for your series. I think you are,
oh, what
I
is
love it.
your like best? What do you know about the best? What top part of this entire saga is your like?
A contradicting Candy with herself, with her own words. Like everything that she says, the lies that she spends, I'm excellent at finding a clip from her past for her to debunk herself and what she says.
Okay, so you want to do like do you want to do a recording where we do that?
I sure can. I'm happy to do
Okay.
whatever you need me to do. I'm also happy to provide commentary on her style choices, including the white loafers. I'm just kidding. I really hate those loafers.
Well,
Okay.
she has the same style as Andrew Tate.
Shut
you
up.
see-
I can't unsee it now.
Did you see
Oh
his
my
shoes?
gosh. Yes, the shoes that he wears with his
I
skinny
showed
pants.
my daughter that video and she was like, "Oh my God, that was so gay." And she was like, "Is he wearing slippers?" And
The slide-on loafers but it's with the skinny pants too. And
I
then
know, what is he wearing
yeah.
skinny jeans? I was like,
I'm not down with the skinny jeans. I'm not. I need a good country boy with some loose jeans and boots. This guy. Okay, but
she
now I
was like,
can't unsee it.
why is he holding the gun like that? Like, I've never seen any. My daughter, like, we went to this one of my husband's friend's house the other weekend, and they had
Mhm.
a whole truck full of guns and a shooting area and stuff. And my
Uh-huh.
daughter's like shooting giant, like,
Yes,
rifles
girl.
and stuff, and like little handguns, whatever, because people are just taking turns very safely shooting
Yeah.
the guns out of the giant. The pickup truck was completely full of all different types of guns.
Oh my
And
word.
and so she she sees that video and she's like, why is he holding the gun like that? He's literally like looking at it
He
and
doesn't
like
know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's crazy. Like the only thing he's good at is a schmoozing women. I'm trying not to say the words so I don't get shadow banned. ABUSING.
yeah, he
Women. That's the
clearly
only thing he's good
doesn't
at.
like women very much. That's why he
I
treats them
know.
the way he does.
Interesting. Okay,
Okay.
everyone. Thank you for hanging with us. Megan, thank you. I love you, girl. Thank you so much for joining us with your perfect skin. I will see everybody in the next one. I don't know how to get off of this StreamYard. And the next time we do a stream, hopefully I'll have a better laptop. But I love you guys so, and I hope everyone has a fantastic evening. And I'll be in touch with you, Megan, about your series.
Okay. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
End stream. Oh, I'm still streaming, aren't I? I love you guys so